Hello, hello. Keep pounding nation, where you at? What's going on this beautiful Thursday evening? Blitzball Champ Gaming is back at you with another Carolina Panthers live stream. We got another preview. Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram here. It is Thursday night, October 16th, 2025. Hope everybody's week has been good. The weekend is almost here. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. The weekend is almost here. Hope everybody's been enjoying their week, working hard, and staying positive. Week 7 of the Carolina Panthers 2025-26 season is about to be upon us. And the Carolina Panthers will get back on the road to try to accomplish something that they have not been able to do since Bryce Young became the starting quarterback, became the franchise quarterback. The Carolina Panthers have an opportunity to win their third straight game if they can defeat the winless New York Jets. On paper, this should be easy, but this is the NFL. We have to remember that this is the NFL. The trap game is a thing. Let's keep it real. The trap game is a thing. And we don't want to fall for it. We don't want to fall for said trap game. So, keep pounding USA. Welcome to the stream. Pat Jones is out for the year. Yes, I did hear about that. You know, still took a few injury blows, but they got to continue to push forward. After all, we can't control injuries. But anyways, Carolina has the opportunity to do something that they have yet to do with Bryce Young under center. And that's win 3 straight games. But here's the thing. They're going up against the winless Jets. But they're also have yet to win a game on the road this season. So, let's keep it real. Carolina Panthers don't play too well on the road, and the record shows. So, just something to keep note of. Keep Pounding USA says, let's make 2-16 or whatever on the road to 3-16. Well, we haven't won a game yet on the road this year. I don't even remember how many games we won on the road last year. I didn't even think we won that many on the road last year. Or wait a minute. We beat the Raiders on the road. Hold up. Yeah, we beat the Raiders on the road. And we beat the Falcons on the road. Those are the only 2 games we won on the road. Yeah, our road record sucks. Yeah, our road record sucks. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. So, Carolina has to be able to make a statement and has to be able to win on the road. If they want any chance to become a playoff team, this team has to win on the road. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This team has to win on the road. Won't be easy, but it can be done. But it can be done. Okay. A couple of shout outs. Let's see. Shout out to Teteroa McMillan on being named the NFL Rookie of the Week for Week 6. Shout out to Rico Dowdle, who was named the Air and Ground Player of the Week. And shout out to kicker Ryan Fitzgerald, who was NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. So, shout outs to those players. Ricardo, welcome to the stream. Rooting for the Panthers to beat the Jets. Yes, I'm from New York, but I'm not a Jets fan. Ah. Well, hopefully we can extend their losing streak. Hopefully we can extend their losing streak. But yes, we play on the road against the New York Jets. Let's see. Let's take a look at this matchup. So, according to the ESPN matchup predictor, 51.5% in favor of Carolina, 48.1% in favor of the Jets. So, it's actually kind of close. It's actually kind of close. Now, this is going to be very interesting, especially when we take a look at the injury report. So, and then I just sent the link to the Keep Pounding chat channel. So, some very notable names on this Jets injury report, specifically Garrett Wilson, who's listed as doubtful, dealing with a knee injury. Josh Reynolds is questionable with a hip injury. Linebacker Cam Jones is questionable, hip injury as well. Quantez Stickers, questionable. Michael Carter II, questionable. Let's see. They will also be without Irvin Charles, their wide receiver, who's on the reserve, the pup list. No Elijah Vera Tucker, torn triceps. He's on IR. Quincy Williams is on IR. Wow, these are some big names actually. No Quincy Williams, no Elijah Vera Tucker. Oof. Dang, Jets are really hurting. They are really hurting. Okay. Let me see. 1 second. But like I said, don't fall for the trap game. Don't fall for the trap game. Let's see. 1 second. Um, Okay. So let's see. The Panthers injury report. So like I said, or actually Keep Pounding USA mentioned, Patrick Jones is out, and he'll be out for the year. He's going to be getting back surgery. Don't know if he's got it yet or not, but he's going to be getting back surgery. Jatavion Sanders was a full participant, so that's a plus. Um, Damian Lewis didn't participate, but was in uniform. Jalen Coker and Austin Corbett were full participants. So that's two pluses right there. Um, so it's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Looks like Carolina's going to be getting some of their squad back. We're definitely going to need everybody that we can get and really take it to the Jets. Because, like I said, yes, they're the only winless team left, but you don't want to fall for the trap game. You don't want to fall for the trap. Now, I know there's been a lot of discussion about, oh, well, what are they going to do with Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard now that Chuba Hubbard's supposed to be returning, and it's simple. Like there really shouldn't be a whole lot to think about other than continue to run the ball. But you got both of your backs now, so share the load. I understand that maybe Rico might get more carries than Chuba, but you still want to share the load on the run game between Dowdle and Hubbard. Keep Pounding USA says the Jets had a lot of close games. Exactly. And that's why we don't want to treat this like this will be a super, super simple game. I do believe that they can win. I definitely do believe that Carolina can win this game. But let's not act like the Jets haven't been able to put up points to some capacity, even in their close losses. For example, to the Steelers, they put up 32 points. To the Buccaneers, they put up 27 points. To the Dolphins, 21 points. Cowboys, 22 points. And you have to remember, they only lost by 2 points to the Bucks and 2 points to the Steelers, which both of those teams are doing pretty well right now. So, the Broncos, they only lost to the Broncos by 2 points. So, I mean, yes, they have had some close games, for sure. Excuse me, had to sneeze. But yeah, they've had some close games. And I kind of want to look at stats with what they have so far. Uh, excuse me. Let's see. So Justin Fields.
What's good? What's good?
Oh, hey, you made it.
Yes, sir.
You doing all right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I'm hyped up. It's a 2 game win streak, and we ready to go for a third.
So yes, this team has an opportunity to do something that they've never done with Bryce Young, and that's win 3 straight games.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
definitely a winnable game for sure. But they got to lock in. They got to
Mm-hmm.
lock in. So I was just Keep Pounded USA was chiming in as you had arrived. There have been a couple of those games the Jets lost that they've only lost by 2 points,
Yeah.
and they were against the Steelers, the Buccaneers, and the Broncos. Teams that are doing pretty good. So we don't want to fall for the trap. That's the main
Yeah.
thing. Carolina has to be locked in.
I'm
Now,
gonna say this again because I've said it about half a dozen other times. I'm not falling for that record of theirs.
oh
It does
they're
not fool me at all.
they're 0-6 record.
Mm-mm. Not at all. That offense looks spectacular.
So the thing with Justin Fields, he's for the most part been able to take care of the ball. He hasn't thrown any picks,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been sacked 19 times.
Mm.
And the previous game he got sacked 9 times. So being that we have a pass rush that's not great, I'm hoping this is the game that the pass rush can see success.
I absolutely agree. I mean, we've got Princely, we've got the people that can get back there and put pressure on them. You know,
Yeah.
my question is, where do we want him to throw this ball?
Well, that's going to be interesting because if you look at the injury report,
Mm-hmm.
so their best receiver Garrett Wilson is listed as doubtful.
Mm.
And also, don't forget Elijah Vera Tucker's old IR, that torn tricep.
Very good point.
Quincy Williams is on IR as well. So there's some notable names that are going to be out or on IR on that Jet squad.
So what you're saying is we're about to take advantage of another injury prone and injury banged up team.
Yeah. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds was limited in practice because he's questionable dealing with the hip injury.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just
I'm reading the injury report right now. So we've got Cam Jones who did not practice at all this week. Quantez Stiggers that did not practice this week, and Garrett Wilson did not practice at all this week.
uh huh.
Um, Josh Reynolds is limited practice on Thursday with the hip injury,
Right.
and Carter and Weston are good to go for the Jets. For us, um, we're hearing great things about Coker coming back.
Right.
Um, Corbett had full practices this week too.
Yes.
Obviously, we're limiting Akeo Bevins right now with the hamstring. JC Horn, full practice on Thursday was encouraging after a limited practice on Wednesday. It's a shoulder injury.
Right.
Uh, Chuba, we're keeping limited practice right now with the calf injury as he's coming back.
Yes.
So I see a 75-25 split at the running back snap department there because of Chuba's limited practices.
So they're going to ease him back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
That's
sense.
what I see happening.
Oh, that makes sense.
It could be a 70-30 split. We'll see. But Rico is going to get the majority of the bulk of the carries. Also, you want to feed the hot hand. This is not complicated, people. I've been here all week. Oh, this is such a complicated situation. Oh, are they going to trade Chuba, which is idiotic, by the way?
Yeah.
Idiotic. Anybody that decides that's a good idea, I don't know what to tell you because this is just not smart football.
Right.
Do y'all want us to stay in the bottom of the league just so you can hate on us some more? Is that what y'all are trying to do, media? Because that's not it. That's not it at all. I heard that rumor on Monday morning. I just went, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, it was
After all the
really
work we
ridiculous.
just did, and after all the work that Shuba has put in over the time that he has been a Carolina Panther, now you want to suggest trading him? What did you think this was going to do? You thought this was going to be an Adam Thielen trade again? You people have lost your minds in the media. You lost your minds.
Let them know.
Pay attention to what we are doing, not what you want us to do. Get out of your tunnel vision garbage. Stop printing this crap. Sports Illustrated especially. Oh, we're just going to do whatever we want to do, at running back. Well, no duh. That's what we do. Last time I checked Sports Illustrated, you don't run this team. You don't have any ownership in it, therefore you have no say. You are article writers. Stay in your lane.
That's right.
Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. That really pissed me off this week. I have no love for the sports media for the most part. That's
Yeah.
the stuff I'm talking about. That's why I have no love for these people. There's some good article writers out there. There's some good people out in the sports media, but it's the majority of them that make these people look bad with garbage like this.
Right. It's really ridiculous. It's like, yes, we praise Rico Dowdle for all he's been able to do and contribute, but it's like did y'all forget that we extended Chuba Hubbard because of the job he did last season and earned his starting spot? And
They're
I'm
mad. That's what it is. They're
uh,
mad. They're mad because we're not basement dweller team, just like the Browns and just like the Titans. They're mad. They're mad at it. You know, and it's the same people that were complaining when we were winning in 2015. Oh, we're not doing what you ask us to do. We're not sucking enough for you. Suck it up. In the words of Rico, buckle up because it ain't gonna end anytime soon. It's just getting started.
oh
So
yeah.
if you hate us, get ready. Because we coming at you full of steam now. We have found an identity. We have found who we are. So yeah, come at us. They don't know what they're dealing with. They're gonna find out.
So so with this offense, this Jets offense.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
What are
J-
we dealing with here?
Justin
I
Fields
mean,
only has, let's see, he's 80 of 123, 799 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Uh,
mm-hmm.
Not a lot for Brees Hall, 88 carries, 410 yards, no touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, who may miss this game. FR, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
Welcome, David Screws.
63 catches, 395 yards, 4 touchdowns. But Garrett Wilson might be missing this game. He was listed as doubtful. So I mean, there's not a lot of big numbers, but at the same time, some of their losses were, they only lost by 2 points. So this team is gonna fight. No matter what, this
Mm-hmm.
team is gonna fight.
Yeah,
Um, they also have yet to have an interception. This Jets
that is
defense,
correct.
but You don't want to sleep on players like Will McDonald, the fourth, and Quinnen Williams at that D line. You don't want to sleep on them.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner. You don't want to sleep on him. He may be D'ing up Tetero and
Oh, I'll
McMillan.
get into him in a little bit.
Um, I mean, I mainly say don't sleep on their defense. I mean, they still got some notable players that could do some damage on that Jets defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing there. Um, I mean, I
This
can't.
is a consistent offense, though. If
Uh,
you looked at the scores that they put up, this is a consistent offense. They have an identity. They know what they're doing, even against stronger teams. And that's dangerous.
Jeff R makes a good point. He says Fields doesn't throw the ball, thus no interceptions. I mean,
Exactly.
700 only 799 passing yards and only 80 completions. I mean, it's not a whole lot.
Correct. They feed the running backs.
Yeah, and also Justin Fields has 38 rushes for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, not even Brees Hall has any touchdowns. Wow.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. But okay. Hmm.
A lot of these guys are space eaters. They'll get you big yards. They'll get you first downs. They'll move you down the field. But when a real defense challenges them, they have trouble.
Right.
They'll put up a field goal. They'll get into the red zone. But they won't finish those drives, which is exactly what this defense is that we have. We have a real defense.
Yes.
Um, One thing to note when you're talking about the running game, Pat Jones is having surgery
On his back.
and he's going to be out for the rest of the year.
Yes, that is true.
So we had Evero doing a presser saying, this is a big loss for us, da 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 da. Okay, well, how about Wharton coming back from that toe injury?
Oh yes, yes. That's big.
People forgot about him.
Yeah.
Wharton's going to be like, oh, you forgot about me? Let me show you what I can do in this defense. Let me show you what I can contribute. Because
Oh,
I guarantee you, it's yeah, I'm not Pat Jones, but I can still stop the run.
oh snap, bro.
Hmm.
Keep Pounding USA just shared something. Wow, that is very honorable. So
No.
check this out. Apparently, there's an article out that XL Xavier Leggett gave
Mm-hmm.
up his first class seat to an elderly veteran, saying it wasn't about the seat, it was about respect and wanted to show him how grateful he was. Wow.
I want to believe that's real because I do believe that that's who these people are, in our organization.
Wow.
But at the same time, I understand that there's a lot of fake AI garbage out there, articles. So be aware of that. You see them a lot on Facebook and TikTok. So just be aware of that. But
Which,
I want to believe this story is real, though, because I do believe that XL is that type of person.
yeah,
Every
yeah,
person in this roster is. And that's awesome. That's the example we want to set.
yeah,
We
absolutely.
want to be good people, and it shouldn't make national news. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just doing something like that should not make the news. It's just a nice gesture, and it's the right thing to do. You're honoring the veterans, and it's awesome. So just be aware that AI is ramped up now in 2024 and 2025, especially, and it's getting worse.
Which is fair.
So hopefully that's a real article, and we'll just take it at face value. as it is. David Screw says, I just read their punter on the Jets is scary, one of the best ones in the NFL. I saw something where the Jets punt returner or kick returner was very good.
Isaiah Davis, I believe that's who that
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how true that is. I mean, you're talking about ESPN, but so you have to take it with a grain of salt because it is ESPN. But for the most part, they do report the truth. Sometimes they will troll though. So, but I choose to believe that that's legitimate. So we need to prep for it as we think it is. You know.
Uh huh.
So if that's the case, then we need to kick this thing out of the end zone and just play defense.
Yeah.
I don't mind, if we have to get flagged for that, and moved up, just play defense. Just handle your business. It's business as usual for the D line and this defense.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
Just don't let them touch it.
Uh, Keep Pounding USA says AI is out of control though.
It
Yeah,
really is, though.
it is. You make a good
The
point
amount of
there.
block stuff that my moderator gets is ridiculous every day.
Oh, I bet. Shoot.
Yeah.
Um, so the Panthers are 5-3 all time against the
Mm-hmm.
Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not a team that Carolina has gone up against a lot in since the existence of their franchise.
Right.
So, this ought to be interesting.
I think so too. Um, and Lock Poppy opened up my chat with incoming trap game. I'm like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm intrigued as to why you think that might be a trap game because I'm starting to agree a little bit offensively there, but this is a winnable game.
Very, very winnable game.
Yeah.
So, interesting description on the in the area know your foe for the Jets. So
Yep.
it talks about their playmakers on offense.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jets, they originally traded for Justin Fields to pair him with Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall.
Mm-hmm.
The offense hasn't found their complete rhythm just yet. Um,
Hmm.
so Justin Fields has taken 19 sacks, which is currently the second most in the NFL. They also did not score a single touchdown in Week 6. And now this is saying ESPN reports that Garrett Wilson will likely miss at least a couple of weeks.
Hmm. I
But
got a question.
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
got a question. Who does that sound like? Offensive line problems. That's what that's calling out to me. If you got that many sacks going on, and keep in mind, some of these pass rushers are good, some of them are average
Right.
that they're facing. So, who does that sound like to you back, 4 or 5 years ago? Us, right?
Yeah.
Because of our offensive line.
Yep.
We kept giving up all these sacks, all these pressures, and everything else,
Exactly.
and we kept running the ball.
Yep.
So, in this case, know your foe means knowing that this was a older version of us
Uh huh.
with a fairly strong running back. Um, and I don't think they've figured out the passing game just yet, but they've definitely figured out the running game.
Yeah, Brees Hall is currently 11th in the league rushing with 410 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a touchdown yet, but still, um, averages 68.3 yards a game. Um, and Justin Fields is actually in the top half of the league in rushing because he has 235 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Now, I'm going to say this to start off with this. All right, Keep Pounding Nation. As much junk as we have talked over the years on Justin Fields, we better not let him have his way.
Right. We better back it up because if we went up for this game and we give up this win,
We
how
won't
does
hear
Justin Fields?
we won't hear the
Yeah.
end of it.
Right.
Oh, they whew, we will not hear the end of it.
We will get swamped.
So,
And
Carolina,
and,
do your part.
I, and I'll say this about Justin Fields because at first I was throwing a lot of smoke at this dude, and now I'm eating some crow because he has found his system. Okay, he just needs to get that playbook in order as far as the passing game.
Right.
Maybe add some weapons in the offseason. You know, if the Jets GM knows what he's doing. You know,
Hmm.
um,
That
it,
might be a long shot, but yeah.
I don't know who that GM is, but listen to Justin Fields. Ask him what he thinks he wants. You know, because that's exactly what Dan Morgan did for Bryce Young. He asked him what he thought he would like to see on the field, and he asked for McMillan. He asked for Leggett. He got both.
Oh, they got a brand new GM that started the season, Darren Moige.
So yeah, Darren, you would be very, very wise to listen to Justin Fields because Justin knows what he wants to do with his offense. You know, it's already showing. You know, we've got some plays established in New York, but if you want to succeed, you listen to Justin and ask him what fits his system. What does he do? What are his skill sets? Learn him like we learned Bryce. You know, I want to see the Jets succeed, but not against us.
Right.
But y'all been sitting in the dark way too long, New York. It's time. It's time for y'all to come out and do something because I've been sitting here watching the New York team just suffer year after year after year after year after dumb decision has plagued them. And this is a Jets team that is they have really good corners.
Yes.
They have a history of really good corners. Sauce Gardner is yet another one. You have who's the one I was thinking of from back in the day? You know what I'm talking about.
Darrell Revis.
Him too. That's not the one I was thinking of. Hold up. Jets corners. Um, all time. Because I guarantee you, as soon as I see the name, I'm gonna recognize it.
Oh, and
Cromartie.
Rogers Cromartie.
Mm-hmm. That dude was a
Oh,
beast.
yeah.
They've
Also,
had Ty Law. They've had, you know, they've had a history of these really good corners.
true.
And it's something to take into consideration when we're trying to throw into that defense.
Yeah.
So
Um,
don't underestimate that.
Ernest Capo, welcome to the stream. He says, "Oh, dang! Right out the gate, he says Panthers 35, Jets 17. Dang."
Hmm.
Ooh, you sure about
Uh,
that?
I wouldn't be so quick to jump on that train. I've seen some people come out there with those types of suggestions about what they think that might look like score wise. Uh, as far as a blowout for us, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
See, I don't think
we,
it'll necessarily be a blowout.
yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I think it'll be a 20, somewhere in the 20s range. I don't want to say my score prediction just yet because I don't want to influence everybody else's.
Yeah,
If y'all want to
understandable.
throw in your score predictions, go for it, throughout the stream, and
Yes,
we'll
of
read them
course.
off.
Yes, of course.
And also, when we're picking teams, feel free to pick some teams with us.
So, okay, so with this, so I know a big thing that the defense has got to be able to do is, like they've been doing the previous two games, stop the run. Hold back
Mm-hmm.
Brees Hall. Let's keep him out of that end zone. He hasn't had a touchdown yet. Let's keep him out that end zone.
Shouldn't be too tricky to do
And
with
also,
Wharton coming back.
before you gotten on here, I'd said these, but shout outs to Tedero McMillan on being named NFL Rookie of the Week for Week 6.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Rico Dowdle on being named Air and Ground Player of the Week.
Yeah,
And
big hand claps for both.
yes, and NFC Special Teams Player of the Week goes to our kicker Ryan Fitzgerald.
Yeah, who also got a game ball too.
Yes, he did.
Let's
So
go.
3 weekly awards for these 3 players.
Well earned.
Well
Every one of them
earned.
well earned.
So now you had mentioned the defense. Now,
Correct.
the Jets defense. Now, something to keep in mind. They've added a few pieces, like they brought in cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr.
Right.
Through a trade with the Titans, and edge rusher Jermaine Johnson, who missed weeks 3 through 5 with an ankle injury. Um, Last week, Brownlee Jr. made a impact immediately. First defensive drive, he forced a fumble. Um,
Hmm.
he also got the defense's only sack on Bo Nix.
Yeah,
Um,
and the Titans players have some
or
hidden
Johnson
talent,
did, or Johnson
that
did.
they trade
Yeah.
to people. But the Titans just can't figure out what they want to do as an organization. So every good piece that's been in Tennessee, they traded away.
Uh huh.
So I mean, you're talking about Derrick Henry was gone, DeAndre Hopkins is gone. All these good players that were in Tennessee are gone,
Right.
and Tennessee is just like, what are we doing? It's becoming a player mill. We weren't that far off from being a player mill ourselves about 4 or 5 years ago. So,
So, which is a good point. So, it's been said, and I can understand this. So much of the Jets defense revolves around Sauce Gardner. I mean, after all, he was the he was former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, two-time All-Pro, two-time Pro Bowler, and he usually is the one guarding the best receivers on the opposing team. So, not only that, he has also forced the second most tight window throws, only behind Patrick Surtain the second. So, do not underestimate Sauce Gardner. There's a reason why he is as good as he is, even on a team with a record of 0-6. Do not sleep on Sauce Gardner.
do not throw that ball anywhere near this man, or it is your ass. Excuse my French,
He's probably going to be guarding Ted.
but y'all know what I mean. Do not throw that ball anywhere near him,
I'm willing to
or
bet.
you are cooked.
I'm willing to bet money he's going to be guarding Tedero and McMillan.
Sauce is a beast, man. 13 solo tackles today coming in to this game. He already has three, four, five pass deflections. Five pass deflections so far.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so this dude is extremely dangerous. He's got 46 on his career, three interceptions on his career. One of them he got last year. He's not really known for his forced fumbles. He's not really known for his interceptions, but the pass deflections, oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the tackling, yes. You really don't need to worry about him coming on blitzes. He only has one sack, and that was last year.
Uh huh.
So unless they decide to put him in blitz packages, I don't think he's going to be the problem in that area. But if you throw that ball anywhere near him, he will knock at that. He will tackle you.
Duly noted.
Yep.
And you mentioned about special teams. So, that special teams returner, that special kickoff returner,
Yeah.
Kane Wangwu. I hope I said his name correctly. If I didn't, please forgive me. May only have 4 returns. He's missed weeks 2 through 5 with a hamstring injury, but he has made the most of every time he's touched that ball on kickoff returns. He leads the entire NFL in kickoff return average with 36.5 yards per return, and that number raised thanks to a 72-yard return against the Broncos last week.
Wow.
And since he was drafted to the Vikings in 2022, he has returned not one, not two, not three, but 4 kickoffs for
Ooh.
touchdowns.
Oh my goodness.
4 kickoff return touchdowns since 2021,
Oof.
including a 99-yarder last season. No player has had more than 2 kickoffs returned for a touchdown in that span since 2021. This dude is dangerous.
5-year veteran from Iowa State, 6'1", 210.
I don't know, y'all. Could this be Devin Hester 2.0? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Four
That's a
kickoff ret-
problem.
4 kickoff return touchdowns in a span of 4 years. That's pretty freaking good.
You know how they neutralized Hester in the twilight years of his career?
Yeah,
They kicked it out of bounds.
exactly.
It's that simple. Just kick it out of bounds. You don't even have to do anything else. Just kick it out of bounds and play defense.
Yes. And if
And he ceased to become a problem after that.
exactly. And if y'all out there watching don't know who I'm talking about, y'all need to go on YouTube and look up Devin Hester.
Yeah, his kickoff and punt returns were incredible,
We're talking
especially the kickoff returns.
we're talking about somebody that opened up a Super Bowl with a kickoff return touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is before they started putting the new rules in place for kickoffs.
Yeah. So,
This is when people were bruising and pushing and shoving on special teams.
yeah. Carolina, y'all
It
have
was a war zone out there on special teams.
yeah. Carolina, y'all have fallen for the trap before. This is not the game to let special teams eat y'all up. I'm telling you,
Agreed. Yes.
I don't want to deal with a second coming of Devin Hester, especially on the opposite
Facts.
side.
Facts.
Shoot. Like, if it's going to be like that, Y'all might as
Let them
well
know.
then Fitzgerald, you might as well either kick it off into the end zone or intentionally kick it out of bounds and just take the penalty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If that ends up being our racked up penalties for half the penalties, so be it. We'll eat them.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I'm
a
not going to fault you for that. I'm
that's a
not going to throw any smoke at you for that
that's a
because now we know the
sacrifice.
reason.
That's a
You know what I mean?
sacrifice that's willing to be made. Shoot.
Yeah, we know the reason, so no smoke will be given for
Exactly.
that. Shout out Lucas. He said, "What's good, y'all? Uh, I can
So,
see a blowout. If they can't run the ball against us and have no Wilson, what are they gonna do?
well, I mean,
They're gonna have to beat us through the air.
yeah, they're gonna have to look to well, shoot. Um,
They're gonna look to Josh Reynolds,
yeah, who's currently questionable.
right?
Um, they still have a Alan
I think he'll
Lazard.
play. Yeah,
Um,
Adrian Smith or Arian Smith, my bad,
I
and
mean,
also their tight end Jeremy Rucker.
yeah, I mean, they don't have any like high scoring names on there, but still, you still got to play D. Still got a D up.
Wait a minute, Brees Hall. Brees Hall,
Running
88
back.
carries, 410 yards, 4.66. If they start putting him out as a wideout, which they have been, um, he got 42 yards against the Cowboys.
Uh huh.
He got 38 against the Steelers and 2 catches.
Okay.
30 yards off the Dolphins, 31 off the Buccaneers, but no touchdowns.
Yeah,
He
still
had
has
one
yet to get a
fumble
touchdown.
during the Cowboys game and lost that fumble.
Yes, still has yet to get a touchdown.
He's a little inconsistent if I'm looking at the numbers this year. Um, 5.6 average against the Steelers, 2.9 against the Bills, which is understandable. It's the Bills. 2.3 against the Buccaneers, understandable. It's Tampa Bay. But then he plays a terrible Dolphins and Cowboys defense. So 5.8, 8.1.
And Brees has yet to have a 1,000 yard rushing season. He came close in 2023 with 994, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then a 2.7 against the Broncos last week because of the Broncos D line
Uh huh.
playing way over their head. I'm looking at that Broncos score and I'm not buying it. I'm telling you, I'm not buying it. That's not the Jets' identity this year. You want to tell me that defense suddenly got good enough to hold the Broncos to that many points? Not buying it. I know Sauce Gardner is good. I know that they have a couple of playmakers back there, but you're looking at, you know, you're looking at a Jets team that's been giving up 20 points a game or more
Right.
every week. You know, you gave up 34 against the Steelers. You gave up 30 against the Bills. You gave up 29 against the Buccaneers. 27 against Tua. Tua of all people. Dak Prescott will forgive you for 37 points. That's understandable.
Uh huh.
And then you want to tell me that defense magically got good enough to only give up 13 points? I call BS.
Dang.
I call BS. That's not the Jets defense. You know, I see through this curtain. You're not fooling me. And the offense also isn't fooling me. You're going to tell me that you're so trash that you only got 11 points against the Broncos? Come on.
I
Come
mean,
on.
I mean, let's not forget
Look
they
at,
let's not forget they did get sacked 9 times. That's not necessarily normal.
I'll give you that, and that's the offensive line.
Yeah, like
And the Broncos defense hasn't exactly been showing the ability to get 9 sacks before that game,
hmm
which is interesting to me.
right, right.
So you look at the Broncos, they've been on a 3 game winning streak, including the Jets game. They
Yes.
blew out the Bengals. The Eagles, they won 21-7.
Which by
And
the
then for some reason, now you're able to get 9 sacks. Not buying it.
which by the way, the Bengals are leading the Steelers right now, 17-10.
Yeah.
But it's halftime, so
It is halftime. That score's not going to hold.
nah, I don't think it will either.
No,
I don't think it will
no,
either.
no. But that score is just not fooling me at all on any front. If they're trying to pull some wool over our eyes and make us think, oh yeah, this defense is better than it is, and this offense is more trash than it is. It's the opposite of what you actually think. Baloney.
Uh-oh.
I've been watching y'all for 6 weeks now before this. You're not fooling me. We know who you are. Your identity is the same as it was the last 6 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Until you show me different against this Panthers team. This is a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Now, this
No.
Panthers team has shown everybody in the last 2 weeks we are not that team anymore. This is the point I'm trying to make because we have shown them this is not our identity. The first 4 games is not our identity. This is our identity, the last 2 games. So just show me who you really are. Because those those first 5 games, that's who you are to me. Until you show me that you can actually play some winning football in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Wilkes has been awful in San Francisco, and he's been awful in New York.
Oof. Hate
And
to
if we beat the Jets, Steve Wilkes will not have a job at the end of the year. Period.
hate to say it, but you're right.
He will not have a job at the end of the year. Period. I'll say it. I said it a second time because everybody knows I'm right about that because they've been watching this dude suffer and just not figure out how to set his defense up.
Mm.
If the only thing you have going for you is man to man and pressing wide receivers and pressing tight ends, yeah, that's good. But what else do you have? When your schemes fail, what else do you have? You're washed. Sorry to
Washed.
say it, Steve, but God knows I love you, dude. But I gotta call it as I see it, you know, because this is 2 different teams now. You know, and granted, you don't have the players you did in San Francisco, but the players you had in San Francisco, you failed to set anything up and succeed with them.
Right.
So why
It's rough.
give me one good reason after we beat you why you should still have a job in New York?
Mm. Mm.
Give me a good reason.
Just give me a reason, just a little bit to
And while we're on,
I'm
good
sorry,
one.
I had to. I had to.
That was good. And while we're on that train, tell me why. Tell me why Dallas still has a defense, a coordinator that still has a job. Tell me why he still has a job. Tell me why.
Oh man, that's funny.
Since we're making a musical out of
Hey,
it,
we're in the
why
singing
not?
we're in the singing mood tonight. It's all good.
Right. Tell me why he still has a job. There's no reason why he should still have a job unless Jerry Jones just has no clue what's going on with his own team anymore, and he's that delusional. I mean, the man traded Micah Parsons for God's sakes, and he thinks that solved the problem.
Ooh,
No, it
oh,
didn't.
they even Cowboy fans are not letting
Whoa.
him hear the end of it after that move.
Oh my God, man.
Like, I mean,
Packers fans are laughing at him.
they're like, thank you.
Right. And,
Oh,
and you got one Bears fan crashing out, and complaining about the fact that the Bears didn't get Micah Parsons. Like you really think that Bears GM is going to put up the money for Micah Parsons in the trade value for him?
yeah,
Like, stop the baloney here. Stop the train because you're getting beat by Micah Parsons one way or another in your own division twice a year. What are
yeah.
you complaining about? Nothing's changed.
Jeff R says, "LOL, guys, are we looking past the Jets? We're not necessarily looking past the Jets, but it's
We're
like
not right.
they don't really give us a whole lot to really be like super scared about. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
do they to you, Jeff R? Because they don't really give a whole lot. I mean, still take them seriously. After all, this is the
Yeah.
NFL. This is the
And that
NFL still.
offense is legitimate.
But this is a very winnable game.
Right.
Very winnable game. And with the way Carolina has played these recent two games, and like I said, I know they haven't won on the road yet, but honestly, this really should be their first road win. Like, no doubt. This should be their first road win.
The more you look at this Denver score and you think, okay, 11 points, really? But then let's consider this Denver defense a little bit. You got to give them some credit. They played some
Oh,
really
yeah.
good ball this year.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you're going to call this Jets offense legitimate, you have to call the Broncos defense legitimate, you know. So, but the only problem I've got with this score is the fact that the defense held the Broncos to 13 points.
Hmm.
That's the problem I've got here. Because am I reading this right? They got a safety on Denver.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I see a 5 in that third quarter call.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, safety.
And it makes you really like scratch your head when it comes to Denver. Like, what just happened there? What just happened there? Like, Bo Nix just had a terrible game. 19
Yeah.
for 30, one touchdown. That's not Bo Nix.
Yeah, it's not his best. Uh,
No.
Jeff R says we should definitely win. It's just we find a way to lose games we should win, which we have before.
Right.
Unfortunately, we have before. But I don't know. We got some momentum going into this game. I mean, we're being picked to win this game. So, by ESPN. So, honestly, am I worried? No, but I'm still going to take it seriously because this is the NFL.
Yeah.
Like 0 and 6 in the NFL versus 0 and
Mm-hmm.
6 in college is not the same thing.
Right. And at any point that can change. You don't want to be that one team that gets that they get their first win against.
Yeah. I mean, y'all saw how Cowboy fans were crashing out.
Nobody wants to be that team.
Y'all saw how Cowboy fans were crashing out when they lost to us. Shoot.
Mm, mm. Mm-hmm.
I saw so many YouTube videos of just many different Cowboy fans just losing their minds after that loss. Like, I mean, it was it was it was soothing. It was soothing. Like I said, nothing against Cowboy fans, but we hadn't beaten y'all in a while, so I kind of had to savor that victory. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
Uh, Shout out Shaq Elliott. He says 4-3 Panthers incoming. Good luck, guys. The only advantage I see for the Jets is Brees Hall in the passing game. I do not like your linebacking core. True, true. Our linebacking core has been struggling.
yeah,
Um, but they've also stepped it up in the last week.
yeah, they picked it back. They picked it up some. They have picked it up some. So
Yeah, I'll give you Brees Hall. I was looking at him actually.
I
He was nasty. They need to try Jimmy Horn a kick return.
mm,
Perhaps.
I'd be
Shout
down.
out Marcos Cash. Uh,
Totally be down.
Lucas says not so much. He ain't gonna run it on us.
Oh, talking about Brees Hall.
Well, we do have Pat Jones out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
How good is Deshaun Ward? We're gonna
and
find out.
Brees Hall, right? Currently, between him and Justin Fields, they're their two best offensive weapons when you look at it on paper so far. Especially with Garrett
Yeah.
Wilson supposedly going to be out for this game.
Lucas also says, the more you look at it, the more the shutout looks good. Uh, we'll see. We'll see.
Here's hoping. Shoot.
Um, and like you said, we do have a history of losing those types of games,
Yep, that is true.
especially after big wins.
Yep.
Is Wilkes an example of a DEI hire? Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's bold. I
That's a
mean,
comment right there.
I mean,
Oof.
that's bold.
That is bold. Whew.
I mean, I'm not gonna say yes, but I'm not gonna say no because I really don't
Right.
know. I really
Right.
don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Jeff R asks, guys, what do you think about our rookies? Is this the best rookie class we ever drafted in one offseason? Even the kicker is good. Good question. I mean,
Uh,
I think it's a little too early, but
yeah. Yeah.
but I
But
def
they're all being used.
yeah, I will say that they're being used, so that's a good thing.
That's
Um,
something we've never had in our entire history is every single draft pick on the field at the same time.
like I definitely think collectively this is turning out to be a good class. I mean, Tedero McMillan is looking
Mm-hmm.
to evolve into potentially our number one receiver. Nick Scorton and Princely have been doing well. Trevor Etienne has been getting it on some carries and such. Lathan Ransom, who has an interception. Mitchell Evans has been finding the end zone a few times.
Yeah.
Jimmy Horn Jr. has shown that he can definitely make some big plays. Still need to see more Cam Jackson, though.
Agreed.
Still need to see more Cam Jackson. But so far, pretty dang on good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dang on good. So we'll see. But so far, it's looking that way, Jeff R. It's looking that
And
way.
don't forget about the undrafteds too, because
Yeah,
the undrafteds have really shined. Look at Coker. Look at a couple of these other guys. That have just come out of the woodwork and just taking care of business. I mean, it's amazing to me.
Oh, also, I gotta get at you about something, Corey, because
Uh-huh.
I don't think you ever mentioned this to me. But I think it's impressive. One of my coworkers, uh, is a big Clemson fan, and he went to Clemson.
Uh-huh.
I did not know Hunter Renfro was a walk on.
Yes, he was a red shirt walk-on.
What?
That is correct.
And he did all that in Clemson as a red shirt walk on?
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Now you're starting to understand who Renfro is.
I did not know
And
that.
that's what I've been trying to tell people. I've known this dude since he first walked onto this program as a wide receiver. He has had to fight and claw his way all the way up the ladder. And he said he felt the same way when he was in training camp with us too. When Dabo came to visit him.
Oh yeah, after the health scare.
Yeah. He said the same thing. And he made the roster and he made the fourth down clutch play on
Yes,
Sunday.
the sliding catch to move the chains.
Everybody doubted me when I said Renfro was the right pick for the Panthers. Everybody doubted me. There is no other wide receiver I would rather have in that situation, in a slant situation, to catch that ball in traffic than Renfro at that very moment on this Panthers roster.
Oh,
Period.
check this out. Jeff R says he's actually from my area. Well, he's from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, yes.
He was really
Mm-hmm.
good in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
South Carolina native through and through.
I bet you were happy he went Clemson and not not South Carolina Gamecocks.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention Bryson Tremaine. Bryson Tremaine has made a few big catches as well to move the
Mm-hmm.
chains.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could see him getting more touches along the way, just here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a keeper. I think he definitely is a keeper. I've been seeing him kind of getting out there on the field in rotation with Hunter Renfro as well. Like I noticed that on that fourth down play that Renfro got the first down, Tremaine was in as well. So,
Yes, he was.
but like I said, kudos to number one Bryce Young getting the ball out quick and in the right spot, and Renfro with the catch. Oh, Jeff R says he's a Gamecock fan. Oh snap! Team Lenoris Sellers. Uh-oh.
Honestly, hold on. Because I've always been a person that is in favor of the best 53-man roster possible. I've said that several times over, and I'm still not wavering on it, and I never will. It doesn't matter where these guys come from, even if they're from Georgia, from Ohio State, from the Gamecocks, which we have several of those players that are
Yeah.
succeeding right now, and I give them full props for it.
Yes.
Look at JC Horn. We keep drawing from the well, and it keeps working. So I said, okay, cool. I don't have a problem with that. If it works, it works. Keep doing it.
Yes.
You know, if half our team are Gamecocks and we start winning and getting into the playoffs, so be it. That's what it has to take for us to get to the division title, win the division title, and keep winning. Then that's what it has to take.
Yes.
I'm happy with it. You know, I'm even happier that we chose a Clemson player as our wide receiver. But, because I know Renfro, I know him, I know what he can do, so I know what he can bring to the table. And that's exactly why I suggested it. Taking the bias out, I know what his skill set is. I know what his abilities are because I know him. I've studied him,
Mm-hmm.
you know, before he ever came to the Raiders. And the Raiders stifled his abilities. Let's keep it real. The Raiders didn't know what they had until he got that injury and then he came to us. And now, once he started recovering, now you're starting to see a little bit of the flash of the pan of what he can do and what he can bring to you.
Right.
And I'm telling you, he has some of the best hands I've ever seen in the NFL. And I want that in my wide receiver core. I love guys that can catch and they can get yak. And that is him.
Yeah. Jeff R.
Period.
Jeff R. says XL, DJ Wanham, and JC Horner are Gamecocks. Yep, they sure are.
Yep. And every one of them has contributed and succeeded on this
Heck
roster.
yeah.
I give them their full props. Biased aside, every one of them is doing well.
Now, what I'm very curious is who's going to D up who at receiver, because if they have no Garrett Wilson,
There we go.
I
There's the
guess
magic. There's the elephant in the room question.
I guess JC on Josh Reynolds, and I really don't know.
And Mike Jack on whoever decides to pop off.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I guess Mike Jack will probably be on Tyler Johnson. Maybe they do have Alan
That's what
Lazard,
I was thinking too.
and they do have Alan Lazard. He's a vet. I mean,
Um, I would think Josh Reynolds.
yeah,
Yeah, Josh Reynolds.
and we've been seeing a lot of Charles Smith Wade as well, especially at the nickel.
Mm.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what how Ajaro does this. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just look at the Jets' depth chart. Well, shoot, yeah, their front two are Garrett Wilson and Josh Reynolds, and then behind Garrett Wilson is Alan Lazard. Behind Josh
Yep.
Reynolds is Tyler Johnson.
Yep.
But Jeff R. Makes a good point as well. He says honestly, they do not really throw the ball. It's a heavy run and run. It's a heavy run and defense. Expect a low scoring game. Interesting. Okay.
It could be. It could be. Um, looking at this Jets offense, I mean, they're built to move the chains. So the Jets GMs have not been doing a very good job of picking up the right types of linemen to do the damage that they want to do in the league.
Yeah.
To open up the passing game and to open up the rushing lanes as much as they wish they, as much as they're trying to do. So
I think them losing Elijah Vera Tucker was like the biggest blow to their O line.
yeah, he was the last vet on that offensive line that
Yeah.
really was impactful.
Yep. So
Now the rest of these guys are not sure what lanes to be in. They don't know how they're supposed to set up. Does any of that sound familiar once we lost Ryan Khalil?
oof, oof. Yeah,
We went through that same nonsense,
we can relate. We can definitely
And the
relate.
thing is, that shows you how much we needed Ryan at the center position
Yep.
and how much we need Cade Mays to stay at center right now. because Ryan Coogler was so good at like calling lanes and telling you exactly where you're supposed to be at, who you're
Right.
supposed to be guarding. You know,
Right.
does the guard pole go left? Does it go right? He can tell you before the snap. You
And
know, you'll hear him just as much as you heard Cam Newton back then. Because both of them were vocal and they were loud.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you're sitting in the front row listening, you'll hear shift over, shift over, shift over, shift over. Get in position, get in position. Meanwhile, you hear Cam go, lady.
Yeah. He had a
I mean, it
very
was a loud offense.
he had a very unique cadence for
Yeah.
sure.
I was just watching a video about that today. And I think that's something that Bryce should add to his tool belt.
Yeah.
I know that's not really him, but
Right.
let's see if he can try that out. See if we can draw some offside penalties. Because Cam just had that chemistry with Ryan Khalil, and he just knew. They
Right.
both just knew exactly when Cam wanted that ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to me because, like, these cadences can go on for like 3 seconds, and Cam will have the ball in his hands at exactly the right moment he knew he wants it in his hands. And I'm like, how in the world does he keep doing that when they keep changing the amount of time of the cadence? It's impressive.
Oh yeah. But it's
It's like
necessary.
they practice that all week, and it's like, wow.
Jeff R says Bryce says green 80. Green 80. Yeah.
Yep. And that should be his. You know, let's make that his. And so while everybody's shifting around, it's like green 80. Like, it's like, okay, there it is.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what are we doing here? Defense just goes, wait, I don't know when to expect the ball.
And it is pretty unique seeing how, because I mean, when I played in Little League, just growing up, it was always,
Yeah,
watch out for either on Hut 1, Hut 2, or Hut 3,
yeah,
whatever. And then now you see a combination of that, and you also see, you know, you see like a silent count, you see, the guard motion to the center, that
yeah,
he's ready for the snap, and there may be like a second delay or 2 second delay.
right.
You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's really interesting.
It is. And if you become too predictable with that, the defense can figure you out.
Yeah.
So they'll send a blitz. They'll send an extra guy there, in those situations when they know that snap count is exactly when it is. Here
Yeah.
comes the blitzer at exactly the right moment to push the line, split the double team, and get to your quarterback.
Shoot, I remember there were a few times back then where instead of hike the ball on hut, they would hike the ball on set.
Right.
Be like ready, set, hike, and just the ball snapped on set.
Yeah. It's like we didn't have that chemistry figured out. So I think Bryce is starting to figure that out with Cade Mays. He started figuring it out last year, and then once Cade Mays got under center again this year, it's like that chemistry went right back where it was. And I was like, wow, immediately. It's like those two immediately connected after the first quarter. It's like, wow, okay, let's roll. you know, now what do you want to do?
Right.
Now that we're confusing the defense, now that they don't know when that ball is being snapped, okay, now what? Who are you putting in motion? Who are you setting up at wide receiver at exactly those spots? You know, who are you going to jet sweep? What are you going to do? If we're play actioning it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long of a delay? There's little things that go on that are fascinating to me. Um, I really like that first part about the question of the headsets.
Uh-huh.
Cam Newton was explaining the headsets in that video.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, wow. So it's exactly like we think it is. They they tell you, okay, here's a general reminder of, you know, what's going on, what's the situation, you know, don't do this, don't do that, you know,
Right.
or let's see if we can figure out a way around this or that, you know, and
Yeah.
then here's the play. And you only get 15 seconds, and then the NFL cuts it off.
Right. Oh,
It's
I
not the
see.
coaches, it's the NFL in the booth up in New York
Mm.
that cuts that off by
Ooh,
NFL rule.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they have to cut that off. That's what Cam was explaining.
I
And
see.
nobody else in the league will tell you that except for Cam Newton. Because at this point, he pretty much is retired. So he can say whatever he wants and get away with it. But
Yeah.
somebody asked that question, and I was like, Cam, don't give away the candy store just yet, buddy. You're not officially retired yet.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. You haven't signed the paperwork yet.
Right. Not officially retired, but yeah.
Right. So don't give away all your trade secrets right now until you sign the paperwork and you stay retired. Keyword stay retired
Yeah. Good point.
because a certain few quarterbacks didn't do that. Yep. And they got cooked
That is true.
because they started spilling trade secrets and all that other stuff. And then they got signed back again once they unretired. It's like, whoa, now we figured you out. Oh, now you're double cooked.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Don't come back.
Yakety
Don't
yak.
come
Don't
back
come
with your
back.
walker. Don't come back with your walker and your wheelchair. We'll make sure you permanently stay in it. That's what the defense is thinking.
Oof.
God, in the next 20 years. So, yeah, don't come back and expect all those trade secrets not to bite you in the butt. That's all I'm saying, Cam. Friendly warning. Friendly reminder, buddy. Just trying to help you out. But it while we're talking about Cam, it is embarrassing that you do not have anything in this stadium representing him.
Let them know. Let them know.
It is
Yes.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Last I heard, your quarterback was half the reason you got through that season and almost went undefeated and went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
He's half the reason.
Only MVP in franchise history.
How are you not putting at least a mural or something in that stadium? We are through week 7 of the NFL 2025 season, and there's still nothing in there.
Yep.
Still nothing. Blitz, you were just in that stadium this Sunday. Did
I
you see
sure.
anything?
Nope.
Absolutely embarrassing. And Cam, I hope you see this. I hope it registers with you again, man, because that should piss you off. The fact
Like,
that his kid had to ask him why there is nothing in that stadium representing him is
yeah.
disgusting to me.
I I'll say this. And I know a lot of fans, whether they're Carolina fans or just, fans of other teams. I know a lot of fans that will say, Cam's attitude, how he acts, and such. Okay, I get it. But let's also keep it real. There were many things that happened that kind of sort of gave him a reason for him to be like he was sometimes. I'm
Exactly.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go back to the Super Bowl loss and just, how he handled it in the interview, and it's just like you got to put yourself in the same position. I'm sorry, but if I just came off a season where we went almost undefeated and we lost in the game that counts the biggest, yeah, I'm not gonna be all smiles and all. Oh, it's okay. We'll
Right.
we'll get them next time.
Right.
No, you're gonna feel a certain way.
Right. You're
And,
gonna feel pissed.
yeah, you're probably not gonna want to say a lot because you
Right.
have to remember you got to say what's on your mind or whatnot, and you have to answer questions after that sort of thing just happened to you.
Right.
You know?
I feel like there should be a grace period for uh players after they lose the Super Bowl. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? For that reason.
It's
Because you need a little time to process that and to process the emotions before you but the NFL is just like, no, no, no. We want your immediate reaction. We want to thrust all these cameras and microphones in your face, and make it personal to you
it kind it kind of
and make it hurt more.
it kind of feels like you just got kicked in the balls, and then they want to ask you, "Hey, how was the experience? How are you feeling?" It's like, how the heck
Right.
you think I'm feeling?
Right. It's like kicking a dead horse. It's already dead, bro.
Yeah.
It's
It's,
already dead. Stop kicking it more. It makes no sense. Sports media, man. I'm telling you.
and more, I can kind of understand why Marshawn Lynch acted the way he did on some of those interviews.
I don't blame him. Shoot. And then he outsmarted one of the interviewers, too. I was like, good on you.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you can outsmart these guys, do it. You know, don't do it in an egotistical way, but just outsmart them and show them, you know, I'm still the player here, and you're the reporter. Stay in your lane. You're not you're not going to ask me all these dumb questions and expect not to get a salty response from me.
I just
You
thought
know what
it.
I'm saying?
I just thought it was
If you're
so.
going to be salty and you're going to be that way.
I just thought it was so funny how, in one of those interviews, he got to the point where it's like, okay, y'all got about 30 more seconds to, ask me questions and have an expectation of a response. And after those 30 seconds, I'm gonna just sit here and just look. And that's all you're gonna get. So
I like it.
I
I like it.
mean I get it though. I mean, I
It's
get the
like
the press
it's like
is
ask me some real questions or get the heck out of the room because
yeah.
you're wasting my time. That's why I was looking at Joe Persons. Like you're wasting these coaches' times and these players' time. For half of that preseason when they were doing Q&As. I was just like, ask some meaningful questions, please. It's nobody cares what song you dance to at a karaoke bar. It's like, come on, get on with
It's like, how do you feel after your team just got shut out by 40 points? How the heck do you think?
it.
It's like
It's like, why would you ask that?
it's like right now I feel like
Why
planting a.
ask that?
It's like, oh, how do I feel right now? I feel like planting a tomato garden. Like what? Like what do you expect? oh, I feel like baking brownies. Like, oh my God, just. But the press are going to be the
I feel
press.
like I got hit by a semi truck. How do you think I feel after getting injured and getting my block knocked off?
Yeah,
Come on.
just.
I feel like I got hit by a semi truck. Jeez.
Oh
That's where
man.
sports media just gets ridiculous. You know, you guys see where I'm coming from when I say I'm not a fan of most of the sports media world out there.
Yeah.
This is grade A, example A right here. And y'all use that manipulation to get Adam Thielen traded back to the Vikings. Shame on y'all for that one too, by the way.
Oof.
Because we weren't even considering it before y'all started those stupid articles. And yes,
Yeah.
that was a media person that decided that was a good idea. But who made the decision? Who made the decision to trade him? It wasn't the media. Sorry to disappoint you. Sports Illustrated, ESPN, NBC. Sorry to disappoint y'all. No, it was Dan Morgan and Adam who decided that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Last I checked, they run the team. They are getting paid to do so. You don't have a stake in this team. Stop telling us who to trade, who to pick up, and what to do. Now, if you want to offer opinionated suggestions and you actually understand what we need, go ahead.
Yeah, that's one
We welcome those
thing.
because, we can say yay or nay,
Exactly.
because it's our team. But if you're going to come out here and say, you need to trade, da 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 da, you need to do this, you need to do that, don't tell us what we need to do. You're not Dan Morgan. You're not Dave Canales. Stop it. Stay in your lanes.
Mm.
This is the stuff that pisses me off whenever I see the media on Monday mornings, especially after we just went on a 2-game winning streak. It's like, did y'all watch the last 2 games at all?
I guess
Did y'all
not.
watch any of the games where Chuba was absolutely tearing it up last year?
Yep.
No, no. Then shut your mouths. Let let the adults handle our business in Carolina. Go sit at the kids' table and go write your articles. Go color with some crayons. We handle a business up here. This is grown men business with big
Mm.
$1 million on the price tag. Y'all don't know what $1 million looks like because you're an article writer. You've never seen a million in your life. You wish you could see a million in your life. That way
Shoot.
you'd be set for life.
Shoot, I wish I could too. Shoot.
Meanwhile, you got players like Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt getting $100 million for their contracts. And y'all want to try to talk about who we should trade. Man, sit down somewhere after we just got 2 wins. You just
Indeed.
embarrassed yourselves.
And about to get 3.
Yeah, exactly my point. So if we are winning, tell us why we should listen to you right now. When you don't run the team, you don't have a stake in it.
Oh, snap. Joe
Tell
Flacco.
us why we should listen.
Joe Flacco's got 3 touchdowns. Oof.
Well, well, well. I
Aaron,
was looking at him on the money line and I thought,
Aaron,
could he do it?
Aaron Rodgers, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
Rodgers.
Come on now.
Rodgers, come on, man.
16 of 24, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rodgers, where you
Oof.
at?
Oof.
Rodgers, where you
Oof.
at?
Oof. I'll tell you this, though. I got my 2 touchdowns out of him. I'm happy.
There you go. Ooh, Jamar Chase. 12 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Oh, snap. T. Higgins, 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Ooh.
I was looking at Jamar Chase for the money line too, and there's like a special promotion going on pick prize picks for that one before this game. I thought about it, dude. I did,
You thought
but the
about it?
yardage looked, I didn't think it was a good idea to try it. I thought there were safer bets to try.
Yeah, understandable.
And while I'm on that, I tried to do like a parlay with Tech McMillan in it. He doubled the prize pool by himself.
Oh, shoot.
I just want y'all to realize that with those 2 touchdowns last week, he doubled the prize pool. That's crazy. I mean, since we're talking Panthers players, you know what I mean? um, but yeah, I've got a bet on Rico, as I told you I would.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I would. I'm a man of my word. Bryce Young, I'm betting on again. I'm betting on our former running back Christian McCaffrey too. So don't think
Oh,
I don't bet on prior players too.
and it also looks like this might finally be the season where the streak ends for Mike Evans on 1,000 yard.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Mike Evans. That's a name that hasn't been spoken a lot this year.
Yeah, he's been dealing with some injury stuff. Only has 14
Mm,
catches, 140 yards, and a
mm,
touchdown. He's not going to get that 1,000.
mm,
He barely got it last year.
mm-hmm,
So, but I mean, 11 straight seasons. That's still incredible.
mm-hmm.
Definitely don't want to take anything away from that.
I have Bryce Young. He only needs a touchdown, one passing touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the money line for him. Rico, it's he needs one rushing and receiving touchdown in order to get my money for him. Um, and as far as rushing yards, 60.5, which I'm gonna be real with you. I think you can get that, considering Chuba's gonna be limited.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I'm gonna buy into that one.
Like I said, it looks like they're going to ease him back in,
Yeah,
which totally fine with that. Makes sense.
I've had a lot of success with Travis Kelsey, um, Isaiah Pacheco. So the Chiefs players, man, I'm telling you, they go lead the way.
Yeah.
I've got Drake May. I've got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor was good for me last week. Last week,
So,
and Jalen Waddle, of course, too.
so I
So we'll see
must
how that pans out.
I must say I don't know when the last time you looked at the overall standings, but the NFC West race is very tight. You got 3 teams that are 4-2.
Yes.
The Niners, Seahawks, and Rams, all 4-2.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was actually fascinated by that this week.
That may come down to the end of the season. Shoot.
Yeah, let's look at that, shall we?
Yeah.
Um, so you got, um,
So NFC West.
yeah, the Cardinals, are exactly where they should be, 2-4. The Rams, I think, are, they're 4-2, but I'm not buying the 4-2. You know what I mean?
They
I'm not entirely buying the 4-2.
they still got some solid weapons, and you don't want to
They
sleep on
do,
Sean McVay.
they do, but I'm not 100% bought in. I need a convincing win from them
You need
to
a little,
say,
little bit
you
more.
know, yeah, I need a little more.
You need little bit more. I see.
Because if you're looking at their schedule, yes, they beat the Texans. Yes, they beat the Titans. Okay, cool. You know,
Yeah.
you beat the Ravens, who are struggling right now.
Yeah. Oh, they're
Okay, credit given. You know, but the one that really stands out as far as wins for you is the Colts. Because if you look at the Colts are not supposed to be doing what they're doing right now.
to be honest. Don't be surprised if they make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I'll get into the Colts in a second, but we're talking about the Rams currently. You lost to the Eagles 33-26. That's a respectable loss.
yeah, close game.
You lost to the Niners 26-23. That's a respectable loss.
Close
But
game.
you have yet to prove to me that you are a legitimate contender for the NFC West title. If you can't beat the Niners, you're not showing anybody that you can contend for that title
It's a fair
because
point.
you have to beat them while you were are because they came into that game 3-1.
Right.
So everybody's thinking, okay, this team can contend if they can beat the Niners at home. You know, at home, that's the key. In LA, you're not in San Francisco, you're in LA.
L.A.
So you've got to take advantage of that home crowd and what you're doing there after a win after the Colts and say, if this is a legitimate team and that Colts game is not a fluke, prove it to me by beating the Niners. And they didn't do it.
Nope, came up short. Well,
Because everybody's been running over the Ravens. Everybody's been running over the Titans. Everybody's been running over the Texans. That's not new.
true.
These teams are garbage this year.
Right.
Without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are done.
Yep, because
They're cooked.
Cooper Rush sure ain't gonna do it for him.
You, Rams, you're not going to convince me with the Jaguars. You're not going to convince me with the Saints. It has to be the Niners. Period. It has to be the Niners in San Francisco, which you just made your job even tougher to be considered legitimate now.
Yeah.
And
Now,
then you got the Seahawks following that up.
who are undefeated on the road, by the way.
Yeah. And the Buccaneers. And us. That's a 4-game stretch where you are really in trouble, Rams. So you really need to get your act together and do it soon.
So, okay, so out of the NFC West, who would you say is the favorite so far? Or is it just
Dan
two?
Fran.
San Fran? Okay.
Who beat each other so far out of these teams when they played each other in the division?
So, San Fran has beaten the Seahawks
Mm-hmm.
and and the Rams. So actually, the Niners have the advantage,
Yep.
beating both the Seahawks and the Rams.
There you go.
Um, the Seahawks, even though they lost to the Niners and the Bucks, they've been able to beat the Jaguars and Steelers.
Jaguars are not impressive. Steelers are average.
Jaguars are four and two.
Not buying it though.
You're not buying you're not buying that.
No, 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 no. Let's look at Jacksonville since,
All right.
and then we'll look at the Colts because they're in that same division too. While we're at it,
So we're
since we
moving to
already
the
mentioned them,
so we're moving to the AFC South. Okay.
just temporarily,
So
since
so Jacksonville. Okay, they beat us, the Texans. They've beaten the Niners and the Chiefs.
all right. So we were a trash team when we played them. You lost to the Bengals. Ouch.
when they still had Burrow. When they still had Burrow.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, legitimate loss. Legitimate loss. I'll grant you that one. Jacksonville, I'll grant you that one. You beat the Texans unconvincingly. You
Oh,
beat the Niners.
actually no. I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Jags.
I'm wrong. No, they did have Browning. Oh wow. Never mind. I'm so
Oh
sorry.
wow.
I
Okay.
thought they had Burrow.
Okay. In that case, that's a bad look because Browning is god awful
Cause
behind
he
center.
Yeah, cause he did not play well that game. He threw 3 picks. Dang.
God, he reminded me of a certain Panthers quarterback back in the day, which we dare not say the name of because it's a curse word now in
Oh
Panthers history.
yeah, we don't want to do that.
We don't mention that name.
Yeah, we don't
We
want
don't
to do that.
mention that name
Yeah, no, no, no,
here.
no, no.
Yeah, Browning was that bad. Yes, he was that bad. Um, so you lost to Browning, which is embarrassing. Then you barely beat the Texans unconvincingly. You beat the Niners, and that is what you're hanging your hat on right there. Is the next two because you beat the Chiefs too, and then you drop the ball against the Seahawks. Womp womp. So Jacksonville, there goes all your credibility when you lost to the Seahawks. You know, it went out the window when you lost to the Bengals and Browning. And at at that point in the season, anybody could have beaten us at week one. Bro, even Cleveland could have beaten us in week one. That's how bad we were. So, I mean, really, your credibility goes out the window with the Seahawks game. So, you have to reestablish that credibility by beating the Rams if you're Jacksonville. And the Rams are not going to let you do that. They're not going to just walk in there and let you do that
Right.
on a neutral ground. So, that will be a very interesting game. So let's talk about the Colts since they're in that division. And by the way, Travis Hunter is playing his butt off.
True.
I can admit what I'm wrong about a player, and I was wrong about Travis Hunter. Man, that dude is playing two positions very, very well right now. By the way, Cincinnati is still beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-24. So, Colts. Um, this is a team I buy into right now because you convincingly beat the Dolphins in a blowout. You
Mm.
beat the Broncos in a shootout. You blew out the Titans convincingly.
Yes.
So that's 3 wins already going into the Rams game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what? You lost 7 to the Rams. Okay. Legitimate playoff team right now was the Rams. But they've got to really get a lot of stuff together, so it's an unconvincing record for the Rams. But they'll do it. Uh Colts blew out the Raiders 40-6. They beat the Cardinals in kind of a lazy game, but they beat the Cardinals nonetheless.
Uh huh.
Now, because they were looking ahead to the Chargers, they weren't fully prepared for that Cardinals game, but they still won defensively.
Uh huh.
So now that defense is going to play a whole lot better. They're going to play like they wanted against the Chargers. So this is going to be a battle defensively between the Chargers and Colts.
But
This is going to be probably game of the week for me.
Not only that, as it gets a little bit deeper into their schedule, it's going to actually get really harder for the Colts later on once they got to tackle um, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Niners, the Steelers.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
it's going to get really interesting come wintertime for the Colts. They're going to be
Well,
tested.
if the Colts stay on this path that they're on right
Uh huh.
now, I don't know what's going to happen with this game with the Chargers. That's a 50-50 flip.
Yeah,
Flip of a coin there.
but I feel
There's a
like
lot of factors involved with that game.
if they can stay afloat, if Daniel Jones continues to play like he's been playing, and they just all stay on the same page, I'm not saying they'll win the division, but the Colts should make the playoffs, even as a wild card.
Well, let's see what we got here because they're going to beat the Titans the following week. They're going to beat the Steelers because they've got more offense than the Steelers do. They're going to beat the Falcons. That's an easy one. Then they'll be tested in Kansas City against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
That is going to be a real battle
right.
on November 23rd. I don't know who's winning that thing. I'd bet on the Chiefs if I was going to bet on a team between the two, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
Because, again, when you're dealing with the Chiefs, the BS factor comes into play. And the BS factor can be anything. Literally, the refs, it could be fumbles, it can be all kinds of nonsense when you're dealing with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
So the BS factor comes into play there. It is in full effect on that game,
yeah, that makes sense.
especially in KC. Then you got the Texans, that should be a win. Jacksonville, that should be a win. Then the Seahawks will test them. Now, if there's a chance that they could get upset, it's against the Seahawks because they've been soft, soft, and then here comes that Seattle team that they're thinking, okay, yeah, we can prepare for these guys, but realistically, upset alert right there.
Okay.
Niners will be a tough game, so they'll probably be thinking looking ahead to the Niners and not as much focus on Seattle in Seattle, which will be a humongous blunder. Don't do that, Colts. Focus strictly on the Seahawks. They are more dangerous than you think. They're in second place for a reason. Um, then you got the Jags again and Texans to finish up. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins already, just on their schedule, not counting the tough ones.
Uh-huh.
7 plus your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 12 wins, ladies and gents. That's a division title, or at
True.
least one away from the division title because the Chiefs are not going to lose. Once they start rolling, they're not going to lose.
Yeah, especially come playoff time.
So even if they somehow take the division, they've still got to deal with the Chiefs in the playoffs. A
Yeah,
red hot Chiefs playoffs team.
that is not to be
I don't think you're
underestimated.
getting around that. So whoever wins that game against the Chiefs on the 23rd is going to be looking for revenge.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But can they win the division? Absolutely, with 12
Yes.
wins.
Yes.
Jacksonville can't compete with that. Houston is terrible. Tennessee is awful. They are dog water.
Yeah, Houston has really taken a step back. It's unfortunate.
For the past few years, everybody thought, okay, yeah, CJ Stroud's going to solve the problem. No, he's just one man.
Right.
Houston, you have to build around that.
Right.
You actually have to protect CJ Stroud because guess how many pressures this dude took last year? Just last year alone.
Yeah, he did take a
We're
lot.
not even talking about 23. We're talking about just 24.
You ain't
That
lying.
that they've got to fix that line, otherwise you are cooked.
Shoot.
Holy crap, Flacco's having a game today.
Yeah, it's dude.
My
Like
God.
this game is close.
Okay, Flacco. Three
Like
touchdowns, 281 yards, 28 for 42. Sheesh.
yeah,
Okay, Flacco, go off there.
and oh, Rogers did get another touchdown. So 30-24.
Yeah. I mean,
Dang.
Rodgers is not a slouch. He will get his 2 touchdowns, or three. But those two picks though. Ugh.
Yeah, those may come back to bite him in the booty.
Yep, yep, yep. Metcalf got 50 yards, 3 catches. Yeah, I wasn't gonna bet on Metcalf.
Which is
Um,
understandable.
Jamar Chase though is cooking.
Very much
My
so.
goodness,
128, a touchdown.
Pittsburgh, y'all you underestimated him, and it came back to bite you hard.
Oh man. But okay. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about it. Score prediction for Carolina, New York. Is it about that time?
I think I wanted to kind of look at this roster a little bit through the depth chart and just kind of learn a little bit more about these players because New York's not normally a team that we see. So,
Right.
you got Garrett Wilson, 36 catches, 395 yards, 4 touchdowns, 10.97 average. Um, he's averaging a touchdown a game, and his averages are big against the Cowboys, Dolphins, and the Bills and the Steelers. Um, I'm seeing 7 catches for 95 yards against the Steelers, 6 catches for 82 yards against the Dolphins, 10 catches for 84 yards against the Buccaneers.
Uh huh.
This is a guy that is consistently getting these numbers despite the level of difficulty and consistently getting them. He did not get a touchdown against the Broncos
Which is true.
or the Bills. Okay, so that legitimately, you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Legitimately.
It makes him legit against those two,
Ah, yes.
those defenses.
Yes, indeed.
um, are very, very strong, secondary wise. So it shut him down. Um, I want to look at Josh Reynolds because he was with the Buccaneers for a little bit, wasn't he?
Lions.
Yeah, he. Oh, the Lions. Okay, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember that name. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
He bounced around from the Rams, the Titans, to the Lions, Broncos, Jacksonville, and then to the Jets. So this dude's been everywhere.
Yes.
Talk about jet lag.
No kidding.
But
No
you knew I
kidding.
had to throw that joke in there somewhere.
Nah, well played.
20 touchdowns for his career. Um, None in Jacksonville and none in New York so far, which I find very interesting and curious.
Yeah, that's quite abnormal.
He has just over 3,000 yards for his career, 12.6 average over that span of time.
Ah, let's see. Oh, did I lose you? I think I might have lost Corey. Okay, I think he may be having some technical difficulties on his side.
But so far, only 8 catches for
Oh,
him. Two. Okay, you're back.
yeah, I'm here. I lost you for a second.
Tim.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Just making sure it's working properly.
Okay.
All right. Um. So yeah, you're talking about a guy that got 618 yards and 2 touchdowns with the Rams in 2020.
Yes.
You're talking about a guy that also got 608 yards with the Lions and 5 touchdowns in 2023. That's recent, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. He had 3 touchdowns in 2022. So if he can do that much damage, he could be a legitimate problem for
Yep.
Mike Jack. So what I'm telling you, Nick Scott, is do your freaking job or get off my field.
Yes. Let him know.
I'm so sick and tired of telling you to do your freaking job. I should not have to do that. I am a podcaster. Like, the
Exactly.
coaching staff should be doing this for you,
He ain't
and they
lying.
should be moving you from the field if you are not doing your job correctly. We know Ajiro's not going to take him off the field. We know Dave Canales is not going to take him off the field because, oh, well, I'm just a yes man. I'm just a yes man. Whatever the players say. Yeah, I'm so soft. I'll do whatever the players say.
Yeah.
Like, Dave Canales, grow a set of balls, please. For God's sakes, be a coach. If you're hired to be a coach, then be a coach.
Be a coach. Do your job.
Now, that should not stop you from letting the players coach this team. There's a difference.
Yes.
Because right now the players are coaching this team completely. When the defensive line has to get into a room and say, without the coaches, and say, this is not working, you have failed to do your job
Yep.
as a coach.
Gotta be
When Bryce Young has to go against you and call audibles on his own and create his own playbook, you are not doing your job correctly.
Yep.
Now, I wanted Bryce Young to become like Peyton Manning, but not be Peyton Manning. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say in chat? Because I want Bryce Young to be just Bryce Young, be himself. And that's exactly what he blossomed into in the last 2 weeks. And I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of him for having the nerve to go against Dave Canales and say, yes, this is what needs to happen, and this is why this is working. This is why we need to continue doing what I think we should do.
Right.
David Canales can call draw play, draw play, draw play, draw play all he wants in stacked box situations. And Bryce is just like, no, you want to try again? We're doing play action, son.
Mm. Let him know. Let him
We're doing
know.
this. We're doing that. We are getting these people out of the box. I am so sick and tired of this. I want to open up the run game. So, Dave, you can call whatever you want. I'm getting us out of this. And this is Brad isn't calling some of this stuff, through Dave Canales' microphone. And Dave's just like, yes, man. Yes, man. Whatever you say, sir. Whatever you say, sir. I'll buy you a steak dinner. Whatever you say.
Ooh, I want steak.
It's like, and Bryce was just like, I've had enough of this crap.
Just kind of like, no
we,
way,
we've had
man.
4 weeks. We've had 4 weeks of this garbage, and I'm done with it. Even during the Falcons game, it's just like, come on, man. It's like you're holding us back. So Bryce says, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up Peyton Manning. I'm going to listen to what you just said, Corey, and I'm going to create an audible book, a set of audible books, and do whatever I want with this offense. And it worked. And it worked.
That it did. Oh, Kevin McFarland, welcome to the stream. He says, good evening. I am very proud of this team as well. It's amazing the turnaround for the season. Hopefully this continues in New York. I believe it will.
I think it will too.
I believe it will. Absolutely.
Guess what happened after we had a linebackers only meeting? It worked. A defensive line only meeting.
He also says we are the much better team than the Jets in my opinion. Run the ball and play great run defense. Love the play calling too. We have a winning recipe.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is not complicated. We know how to beat the Jets.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff wants to make it more complicated than it is in Carolina. And the players are just like, nah, bro, just keep doing what you've been doing.
Oh,
we got
snap.
2 W's because we did what we were supposed to do.
Joe Flacco just scored, or not Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers. He's got 4 touchdowns now. It's 31-30. Wow.
Wow.
It is a legit shootout tonight.
Oh, my God. Say less. Let's see this. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oof. Y'all making this entertaining.
What is going on?
Okay, Flacco. Could he have found his rhythm in Cincinnati?
He might have.
My goodness.
Shoot.
And it's a shame this game is on Prime Video.
I know,
we
right?
We would all love to watch this thing.
Seriously. Like.
That's incredible.
Dang all right.
Yeah, Rodgers now has 244 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Awesome.
Will it be enough, though, to overcome those 2 picks?
Perhaps.
2:21, you have given Joe Flacco 2 minutes and 21 seconds with 2 timeouts. Are you sure you want to do that, Steelers? I would have tried to run that clock, run that ball a little bit on that last drive and see if you could burn one of their timeouts.
Yeah, for reals.
Because that's just smart football. You don't give the other team that much time in 2 timeouts. That's a no-no.
Yeah, that's way too much time.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter which quarterback you got back there. If he's average or above average or great, that's not good. It's not smart situational football. It's not good clock management.
Right.
We've been known to do that too. So, but not in the last 2 weeks. Let me see my comments here.
Yeah, see if you have any comments.
Yeah, don't forget about Bryson Tremaine. Yeah, Lucas said that.
Agreed.
They've been using him big for blocking. Ooh, good point. Good point. Yes.
Oh, that's a good point, especially on the run.
Yeah. I was watching one of these podcasters doing like a film breakdown of our running game, and it was just fascinating because these guard pulls were so physical. I mean, you had Damian Lewis and Icky just plowing a guy into the ground,
Yep.
into the second level. I
Yep.
was like, wow,
Just cooking.
that's uncharacteristic for Icky.
It is. It is.
That's why I'm saying Icky just been having a great couple of last games,
Yes, he
and
has.
I'm giving him his credit. Same with Josh Neiman too.
Which
But you know why? Go ahead.
I saw on the video where Canales, hugged him after the game. Was like, "Hey, you got to keep believing. You got to keep believing."
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really good from Coach Canales. But yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. I'm looking at Josh Neiman, and the reason why this is working is because of these three core players put together.
Uh huh.
Same three that were put together last year:
Mhm.
Damian Lewis, Cade Mays, Brady Christensen. When all three are working in tandem together as well as they are, look at the guard pulls. They got even better than last year. You thought they were nasty last year? Look at the film room on these this year. There was
Right.
one play where you could fit a semi truck through that gap. I
Oh,
was
so
like, good God, what am I seeing right now? That is unreal.
very much so.
I mean, this is a weak Dallas D line, granted, but this O line just made them look like they were horrendously bad. And to me, I feel like these Dallas D linemen should have some credit. You know what I mean? They're an average group. You know,
Mhm.
they're not terrible, but by any means, but they just can't stop the run. Before we played, they couldn't stop the
True.
run. And when we had those guard pulls that we had the last week against the Dolphins, uh, put against that Dallas D line, there was zero chance
Oof.
that you were going to stop Rico. Zero. This man was popping off.
Wasn't he? Shoot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Chuba when he gets those type of gaps as well.
But I mean, hey, it was like he said before, buckle up.
They didn't buckle up, man.
And now they paying for it. Shoot, they are
You
paying
had
for it.
you had Skip Bayless
Skip.
in the media saying that this team is not supposed to be doing what it's doing, and it surprised him.
Yep.
Skip freaking Bayless. I mean, like Stephen A. Smith
And
backtracked,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. He,
and I'm like, when have you ever seen either one of these two backtrack on our team in 1 year?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
never happened.
Stephen A. had to put his foot in his mouth.
That's when that's why I'm looking at this Panthers team like, what is happening right now? Is this real?
It is.
It is. the day that Stephen A. Smith actually backtracks on us, that's how you know we're doing something right.
Yep. Oh,
Honestly, right.
yes.
And I mean, I give Stephen A. his credit, man. This dude is a brilliant analyst, very intelligent dude. And, Skip Bayless gets on my nerves, but, it is what it is.
Right.
But even he has to admit that we are playing well. And for him, who is a total cynic and a pain in the rear end to everybody to admit that we are playing well.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, that must have burned his saddle.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh man, I love everything I've been seeing this week. But no one is really crediting this offensive line except for the people that were film studying
Right.
because they're not recognizing how nasty these guard pulls are and what we're doing with the motions and what we're doing with with the trickery. Finally, we're starting to use motion to fool the defense. They
Yep.
think we're going one way and we're going the other. I mean, some of these plays are brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
I think a great illustration of that is when we started to use that jet sweep. We tried it at first with Etienne and it didn't work.
Right.
Why did it not work? Because Etienne doesn't have that kind of speed
Right.
and acceleration. Then we tried it with Jimmy. And I was like, I immediately said after we tried it with Etienne, I was like, try that with Jimmy and let's see what happens.
And bam.
Lo and behold, we got 5 yards out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
There it is.
thank you. Thank you for not giving up on the jet sweep because I knew that there was something there.
Which I'm hoping to see more involvement of Jimmy Horn Jr.
Yeah, and credit to David Screws on this because he suggested a screen on one side, same play now,
Uh-huh.
a screen on one side, but also a jet sweep on the other,
Ah.
and you have the option to choose which one you want to do. You can either play fake it or you can hand it off, and and while one side is setting up for a screen and it's fooling the defense, half the defense is going over towards the screen. Here comes the jet sweep to the right. Who's being jet swept? None other than Jimmy himself,
Yep.
or Rico if you wish. Or you could use Rico in the screenplay
Oh, yeah.
and
Good.
have Jimmy on the jet sweep
Good
at the
point.
same time.
Good point.
That forces the defense. Okay, we know that Rico is a problem. We have to set 3/4 of our defense over there to stop Rico.
Right.
Meanwhile, here comes Jimmy. Nobody's paying attention to Jimmy at all. No one's guarding this dude. Jimmy's not
No.
a problem. He's a slot receiver. Nobody's watching this dude. Jet sweep, 15 yards with one or two uh, blocks set on the outside. Easy, easy first down.
And the Bengals just got a field goal. It's 33-31. They got the lead.
And you can use this during clock management situations too, because when when you're running that jet sweep, he's running along the sideline, so he can get out of bounds anytime he needs
Yes, you
to stop
can.
the clock. It's a brilliant play, and if we use our cadence right and we understand like how to fool the defense into looking one way or the other, they're not sure which one we're going to do.
Right.
At any given time, we could be doing either one,
Right.
and we can permanently add that to our playbook. as a problem. You know, you could add Coker in there as a screen guy. You could add whatever player you want in there
Right. Agreed.
because we have so many weapons, dude. And in an emergency situation, here's Mitchell Evans over the top.
And I'm definitely expecting Coker to get back into the mix of things and just really unleash this passing game along with this excellent running game.
Yeah,
Working some play action.
there's so many possibilities here. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yes.
This offense is really starting to bloom
I
in
agree.
a beautiful, beautiful way. That not even Luke Kuechly can figure out what's going on. The great Luke Kuechly can't even figure out what's going on.
Mm.
That's when you know you're doing something incredible.
Progress.
That's serious progress right there. Weren't we named like 10th best offense in the league right now, or something like that?
I am not sure. I know we definitely moved up some, but I don't know if
Yeah,
we're
I'm not sure where.
I don't know if we're that high yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either because a lot of teams are getting like 20 to 30 points.
Right.
So you got a point. Um, but I think we're right in that mix though. We can compete with anybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And holy cow, the Bengals have 470 total yards.
Oh yeah. Flacco's been on a roll.
Oh my God. Flacco, what has gotten into you? That is nuts, dude. 27 first downs.
Well, they're find
What
out
am I watching right now?
about to find out how
31 for 47. Sheesh, Joe.
yeah.
Okay, ball out there.
Just ball out like it's nothing. Just ball out.
Ball out there.
Just ball out. It's cool.
My God,
Just
dude.
ball out. Just ball
Um,
out, man. It's all right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I think when you look at that Dallas game, let's take that into perspective one more time because there's a lot to be learned from that Dallas game. Because that formula is going to be used in the Jets game, it's going to be used in the Green Bay game, it's going to
Right.
be used against San Francisco, and it's going to be used against the Rams.
Yes.
When you face a major opponent like that, you have to force them to throw it where you want them to throw it.
True.
So, what was genius about that game was the fact that we forced them to throw to three specific people. They knew Mike Jack had matchup trouble with Pickens in that game.
Yes.
We specifically made them throw it there because Horn was covering his man. You can't throw it deep. You can't throw it over the middle because of the linebackers who surprised Dallas. They were not counting on
Right. Oh
at all.
yes. Oh yes.
They thought they had our linebackers pegged on film. Wrong again.
They were like, nope.
Nope, try again. So can't go there. Can't test Chow Smith Wade in the nickel spot. So you have no choice but to try Pickens.
Right.
So that's why you saw it only go to those three people. And I don't like the idea of using Mike Jack's troubles as bait
Oh
for a
right.
quarterback.
Right.
But at the same time, like it worked.
It did. It did.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I was in I was in a live stream either yesterday or the other day,
Uh
and
huh.
we were talking about Mike Jack, and I was like, "What is Mike Jack's win rate last year?" No one seemed to want to answer that question. And the crazy part is, no one is willing to admit the fact that yes, he was able to do the things he was last year, but
Right.
for some reason he can't this year. Why suddenly can he not handle the breaks on these routes? Why suddenly can he not do the things that he should be doing since last year?
Yeah, that's
That's the magical question. That's what we need to figure out. And that's how we start to fix Mike Jacks and make him become what he was last year. And I know that that dog is still in there. I know it is. We just got to dig him up.
right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Um, Keep Pounding USA says Rogers still has an arm though. He does. He
He
does.
does. No. Oh, yeah. Don't make the mistake of thinking he doesn't. Just because he's that old. Uh-uh. He ain't washed up yet. Why do you think the Jets took a chance on him? Because they knew he had an arm. He thought that Rodgers could save them. Oh, that GM thought Rodgers could save the Jets. Nope. You need a lot more than Rodgers, my friends. You
Yeah,
need a lot more.
that they do.
If you think that's the only thing that you needed, you thought you were just a quarterback away, bro. You're starting to sound like half this fan base when they thought Bryce Young sucked.
Yeah.
That's exactly who you're sounding like. And yeah, I gotta call y'all out because he doesn't suck. Oh yeah, Bryce can't. He can't do this. He can't do that. Oh, he can't see over the line. He can't do. Okay, if he can't see over the line, then how did he throw 2 touchdowns to Tet in that game against Dallas?
Two to Tet, one to Rico.
Exactly. If he can't see over the line, how does he have a 60% completion percentage? Riddle me that, Batman.
Dang.
Oh, oh, but he sucks. That nope. Answer the question. Y'all don't want to answer the question because you can't answer the question. You're too busy tunnel vision hating the guy to enjoy his success.
I mean, shoot, he has a
And
point.
guess what, folks? He ain't done yet. 8 out of the 9 victories he had were late quarter comebacks. Oh, but we're not talking about that, are we? No, no, no. The Bryce haters don't want to talk about that one.
Nah, they don't want to talk about that. I'll tell you
Nope.
that right now.
They ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear all that. All they want to hear is what they want to hear. Yeah, y'all stuck in your own little world. All
Truth,
right, be that way then. Keep
truth
that same
hurts.
energy.
Truth
Keep that
hurts.
same energy when we get 9 or 10 wins at the end of the year, and then I want to hear from you. I want to hear. You know what? No, I don't, because you'd be wasting our time.
He's gonna be like, nah, just going about your business. It's fine.
Right, right. We got better things to do.
It's like it's
This
all
is a
good.
grown men table. We talking about grown men things. Sit your butt down.
But anyway,
Uh,
should should we get to score predictions? Because
yeah. Let me see about a couple of these players. Cam Jones is the new one, isn't he?
I believe so. Also, Keep Pounding USA says we haven't really heard from C.J. Stroud this year. We really haven't.
No, we haven't.
No,
Good point.
no,
Good point.
we definitely haven't.
Oh, oh. Speaking of which, where are the Bryce Young versus CJ Stroud comparisons right now? Where are they?
Yeah, those.
When
Yeah,
Bryce Young is winning, where are those comparisons? Crickets, crickets, crickets. I can't hear you, Bryce haters. Where are they? Where are they? whenever he starts losing games, oh, here they all come in droves. And that's all they want to talk about is Bryce Young versus CJ Stroud. Now y'all don't want to talk about it, do you?
It's like might have quiet.
Y'all mighty quiet right now.
Uh-oh. Don't don't
Uh,
don't hurt him. Don't hurt him too bad. Don't hurt him.
nah.
Too...
You know what? You know what?
Corey's
You
like bump.
know,
Nah,
Panthers fans
bump
will
that.
talk.
I'm gonna let it out. Corey's like I'm gonna let it out.
I've been hearing nothing but this garbage for the past 6 weeks. You know what?
It's like nah.
It's my turn to speak.
It's like nah. I'm gonna
It's
let
my
it
turn.
out.
Hey, media. Yeah, y'all been talking so much trash about this team. It's our turn. It's
Oh
our
shit.
turn to tell you who we are. And not just tell you who we are, show you who we are.
That's right.
You showed me 2 weeks of success. Now I'm going to believe this is who you are, Panthers. Now I believe it. I'm a believer.
Oh, quoting some who who sings that? I keep forgetting who sings that.
Me too. Me too.
But I know it was from Shrek. But yeah,
Yep. Yeah. Shrek soundtrack.
Shrek and Donkey.
When I saw those wins, now I'm a
I'm a
believer.
believer. There you go. Not a doubt in my mind. There we go. But Bengals get the victory. Impressive, Mr. Flacco.
Right.
Mr. Fla-
Uh-oh.
Mr. Flacco was like
Flacco doing something.
Joe Burrow what?
Oh,
Joe Burrow
the
who?
Bengals won
Yeah. It's
by
like
2.
it's like Joe Burrow what? Joe Burrow who? What?
Joe, whoa. We might have a QB competition on our hands when Joe comes back.
Yeah.
Boy, that is, y'all are getting every cent out of uh, Mr. Flacco here
Yeah.
that you just spent on him.
Something's come over
There's something in the
over
waters
Mr.
of
Flacco.
offense, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Shoot, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it.
So now, Cincinnati, all you got to do is fix that defense because you gave up 31 to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that is true. That is
So
definitely true. I gotta fix that. Fix that. They gotta fix that. Fix that.
let me see what's going on with these team stats for this game because I want to see if I can spot something here. They gave up 396 yards total. That Cincinnati defense.
Right, right.
It is still atrocious. Um, both teams put up about the same amount of rushing, so it's secondary. That's exactly what I wanted to see right there. The 147 versus the 142 of rushing. That tells me immediately where the problem is on that Bengals defense. It's the secondary and it's probably the linebackers.
Good point. Good point.
So, what did the Bengals learn from this? Exactly where your problem spot is. You've been blown out. You've been run over so many times that you can't spot the problem because you got so many problem spots out there you think that could be the main source of your problem. Nope. Look at your secondary. This team just proved where your problem is. Go get the players, go fix it. Trade deadline's coming up.
Keep pounding USA says, but Stroud has a better quarterback rating. That I mean,
Here we go.
that might
Here
be the
we go.
case, but that's not really the overall point. You got to remember, a lot of folks were just
you're
throwing Bryce
basing
out just
you're basing
completely.
this whole competition on one stat.
I mean,
One stat.
sure he's got the better QB rating, but is that really saying a lot though?
But
Like if
who is winning games right now?
yeah, and then there's that. Like who's been winning? I mean, I'll
You can
give
throw that stat out the window right now if you're winning games.
I'll give Houston credit. You know, they're on a 2-game win streak, but I mean they opened up with a terrible 3-game losing streak.
Awful
So I
3 game
mean,
losing streak.
you know, I'm just saying, like if you're gonna say what you got to say about Bryce Young, it is what it is. But if you're gonna
Right.
neglect to show that same energy towards C.J. Stroud, who hadn't really been doing that much better, even if it's a little bit better, it's not really saying a lot. I'm just saying. When you compare the two, it's not really saying a lot. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't dislike the guy. I definitely don't dislike the guy.
I'll say this for Houston because they started out losing to legitimate teams. They lost to the Rams, they lost to the Buccaneers, they lost to the Jags. But look how close they lost to those games. 14-9, 20-19, 17-10. All of
Mm-hmm.
that was within a certain range. That was manageable if they had just pushed a little harder offensively.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the Titans, you get the trash Ravens team right now, and you blow them out convincingly.
Right.
Okay, so now my question is, did you fix your offense? Yeah. Now you get to test it. Here comes the test against Seattle. Now you're going to find out if you really fixed it or if you're just cheating off somebody else's paper.
We don't want that.
Right.
Uh,
You think you're in school, you cheat off everybody else's paper. Let's find out how good you really are in an isolated test with
oh
no
shoot.
help. And that's
Um,
that's Seattle.
Keep pounding USA says true, but he's going Carolina 24, Jets 13. Kevin McFarland says great ending to the Bengals game. Rodgers still can throw pretty far for his age. And lastly, Panthers win against the Jets 27-10.
Right. Um Anybody in my chat want to make a score prediction before I throw mine out there? I'll let you do yours first, Blitz. Go for it.
So for me, I'm not thinking a really big gap. So
Cisco.
I'm going to say
You.
27-17 Carolina. Yeah, 27-17 Carolina.
Mm, okay. I'm still kind of looking at some of these guys. I think we take this a little lightly, offensively. We probably go 27 to 21
27-21. Okay.
because I see the matchup with Mike Jack not changing at this point. This is 3 weeks in a row, and you're
Oh,
going up against Josh Reynolds,
right.
who is average and still dangerous, and is still a concern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With no safety help from Nick Scott, who honestly, at this point, I would package up Nick Scott in a draft pick and see if we can get a pass rush
Oh, there we go.
and sign a safety because I think we would have better luck signing a short term safety for the rest of the year and have more success out of that
Oh, you.
than keeping Nick Scott on the field.
Oh, you might have something there.
Move Lathan over there to help out. Let him learn on the fly here.
Mm-hmm.
Let him put his feet in the water. He's had enough practice over there with JC Horn helping JC out. Now it's time for him to test what he knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if that doesn't work out, okay, go sign a safety on a free agency for a year. We can draft a safety at the end of the year, not a problem. You know, but and at the end of the year, we'll take a look at Mike Jack and we'll see what's going on. You know, overall performance this year and see what we want to do. Because I'm not ready to give up on Mike Jack,
Me
but
neither.
I
Me neither.
but I do think that Nick Scott needs to move on. Respectfully, we need to get an upgrade. We got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Got to keep it moving.
If you're not performing on this team, we got to keep it moving. We got to keep upgrading. With all due respect,
I mean, it is
because
what it is. What it
this
is.
is this is a team that is actively progressing right now at a high level.
Right.
So if we're not making moves and we're not constantly looking to upgrade, which Dan says we are, you know, then we have to do something about this.
Exactly.
If you want to win the division, this is a move you have to make. And I don't like the idea of it either, Dan Morgan. I really don't, because yes, I do recognize Nick Scott has produced and he has done a lot of stuff for us this year
Yes.
and throughout his time in Carolina. But that's not the point. What is he doing right now? You have to remember this is a what have you done for me lately league.
What have you done for me lately?
Yep. And if you're not doing something for me lately, then why am I paying you?
Right.
You know? And I'm looking at Nick Scott the same way, and I'm going, what have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? Hey, that song was a classic.
Panthers the musical.
Hey,
That's what tonight is.
yeah,
Panthers the musical.
been in a been in a
I'm
singing
here for it.
singing mood. Yeah,
I'm
I
here
can
for
dig
it.
it. I can totally dig it. Shoot.
But yeah, Nick, we drafted you for a reason, buddy. Where you at, man?
Kevin says
we
I'm starting to think that we could definitely have a winning record over the next few weeks. Bills or
mm-hmm.
Packers is not out of the question to win. It's not out of the
I agree.
question, but it will be challenging.
I agree. Um, first I want to address Nick Scott, then I'll come back to that. Um, in a trade scenario, we need to figure out how much Nick Scott is worth with a draft pick, and then we'll figure out what value we want to go for as far as a pass rusher. And it needs to be a pass rusher. And if we can make this trade happen and we can do it the right way for a minimal cost, this could be a top five defense. This defense could get even nastier. And then all we need is Mike Jack to get back to his old form.
Keep
And
pounding.
you've got a terrifying defense to deal with.
Keep pounding. USA says Nick Scott is the best on defense. Here's the
Gotta disagree, buddy.
here's the
Respectfully.
here's the thing. If we're talking about when he was with the Rams, that was when he really was in his prime. But you can't really compare
Mm-hmm.
what he's done now versus what he did with the Bengals and the Rams. It's a night and day
Mm-hmm.
difference.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
He did a lot of work with special teams and was a special teams captain for a while, which was awesome. But when you put him out in coverage, he couldn't cover a parked car.
Oh, okay. Keep pounding. He says he was joking. I was about to say.
Yeah, I was about to
Shoot.
say too. Yeah.
I was about to say. Good one though.
So here's the interesting thing. You look at Nick Scott, he does have trade value, and here's why. during this Dallas game, he showed us he can run stop.
Yes. Yes.
He can tackle and he can run stop. That's a useful skill set for a team on defense somewhere. So that's going to be somebody's going to want that.
I need to put this.
I was told, oh yeah, Nick Scott's not going to be wanted by anybody. Uh, I just showed you why he is.
Right, right.
Yeah. So let's put that into perspective. So with that skill set and the way he is now, what would you say his value is in a trade value? Just him by himself.
Maybe between a fourth and a fifth.
I'm gonna say a fifth and a sixth.
I think a fourth if we get really, really lucky and can finesse somebody.
Mm, I'll say mid fifth,
Mid fifth.
and that's being generous.
No,
That's taking into considering his run stopping ability.
that's fair. That's totally fair.
Um, the Dolphins have been getting rid of people. The Jets will soon be getting rid of people. This is a perfect opportunity to poach.
Kevin says Derek Brown is the best.
This is another reason why I bring this up is because we're playing the Jets and we get a chance to look at some of these players that we could poach in a trade scenario. So that's why I wasn't done looking at these guys just yet because I wanted to learn these guys. I want to understand what we're dealing with here. Um, because we're looking for a pass rusher. So we're doing with Will McDonald the fourth, Tyler Barron, Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clements.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying any attention to McGregor because he's third string. Um, but then again, you never know who's going to pop up and become a baller, even a third stringer. That was proven with Rico.
Yeah, that's a
So,
good point.
um, I would like a starter from the Jets, but I don't think we're going to get that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Jermaine Johnson's our guy. He doesn't have much experience. Um, let's look at Will McDonald. 6'4", Iowa State, 3 years in the league, 245, 6 tackles, 2 sacks. There we go. Now we're getting into the sack column. He got 2 sacks against the Steelers.
Uh,
Uh,
Keep Pounding USA says people are saying get Hendrickson, but I don't know. He's going to cost too much.
I agree.
That's the only thing. I'd love to have him, but he's going to cost too much.
You talking about from the Titans?
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the Jets because we've had some success poaching from the Jets.
But
Michael
not, but
Clemens.
not. Hendrickson is still on the Bengals because remember they did finally get a
Right.
get a deal for him. But
Yeah,
but
we don't want to pay that kind of money though
yeah, yeah, he costs way too
for a
much.
guy that's only going to be here for like 1 year, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, he costs too much.
It's not the right contract timing either. 4 years in the league, Texas A&M 6'5", Michael Clemens 263, 5 solo, and again not in the sack call. So not what we're looking for. Tower Barron.
Keep Pounding USA also says
Barron's a rookie.
Jalen Phillips as well. They should go after Jalen Phillips.
Where's he from?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know off the top of my head. Hey, keep pounding USA. What team's he on? But the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does to me too.
But oh, the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yep. I found it
Okay.
at the same time he did.
Okay.
Okay, so we can look at a couple of different teams and just see who pops up. How close are we to the trade deadline?
Well, we're this week is week 7, so trade deadline is usually week 8. After week 8, no more trades.
What day is the NFL trade deadline for 2025? November 4th at 4 p.m.
There you go.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is whoever our chosen defensive end is, they have to match the value that we are trading for. It can be a second stringer.
Hmm.
It can be a second stringer now, and we can make him into a starter. Um, that has worked before,
It has. Most definitely
and it's got to
has.
match the value that we're giving up. And here's the thing: we would be using one of these draft picks on a defensive end anyway,
Right. Keep strengthening that D line.
or we could keep developing Nick Scorton and hope to God he survives the 2025 season with enough sacks that he's worth keeping, which I don't see that happen. And there's a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, he's a rookie, he's a rookie, he's a rookie." Okay, cool, but you have to keep in mind we need that success right now.
Right. Right
You can
now.
develop a rookie under a veteran, but we need that success right now.
It's like not
We're on a
now,
win
but
streak right
right
now.
now.
We're trying to get the division right now.
Yeah. Not now,
If
but
we were
right
talking
now.
last year, if we were talking last year, I would have said, okay, yeah, leave Nick Scorton alone. Let's just suffer through the year, get our 5 wins and get out. But this is second year. We're trying to get the division title.
Right.
Situation has changed. Scenarios have changed. Goals have changed since the first year.
Exactly.
So we're thinking, let's go mid fifth value for Nick Scott.
Mid fifth. Okay.
Add on add on maybe a fourth from next year, and we could probably get something. I know that's a hard bargain because we're still trying to fix that corner room right now, and that's exactly the time that you get a corner or an offensive tackle.
Hmm.
I don't like doing that. Mm, maybe 2 fists, maybe 2 fists,
Two.
and Nick Scorton.
Uh, possibly. I mean,
We can find a way to get one of those fists back. That's been done before. I don't want to go too far up the ladder though.
right. You definitely don't want to do that.
Right. There has to be a boundary. I would say it depends on what we're trying to get.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think let's keep the discussion open on that this week, and let's just see what pops up.
Keep eyes out and such.
Yeah, we'll have about 2 or 3 people in the team chat looking around and And anyone that wants to make suggestions in Facebook posts and stuff too, please do on my page,
There we go.
and we'll take a look at them. Make sure to tag me in it. Make sure that or one of my mods to make sure that I see it. Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't check these messages, but I'll be checking them this week
Yeah.
to see that.
You want to get credit for them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um.
Gotta be like Marshawn Lynch. When you ask him a good question in the interview, he'll throw Skittles up in the air.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think what a ooh ooh.
Uh-oh.
You know what I see
What do
in
you
this
see?
Jets defense? Hold up. Hold up now. Malachi Moore
Safety.
just drafted 10 solo tackles already. Ooh.
This is true.
I see some potential with this dude. And the Jets don't know what they have right now. They're only using me as a run stopper. Think about this now. If this dude gets developed the right way
Uh-huh.
and helps out Mike Shack, we might have a baller on our hands.
Uh,
If we can get our hands on Malachi Moore, I'm interested.
bloody money 47. Welcome to the stream. He says, "Hey Jason, by the way, New York Jets and Giants sucks. New York sucks eggs. Dang, dang.
Dang.
Well,
Dang.
I will say, you know, Jackson Dart is on the up and coming, and to be real, the Giants did beat the Chargers and Eagles, so their record doesn't speak for it, but I wouldn't completely go to sleep on them. I wouldn't completely go to sleep on them.
Wait a minute. With Okafor, no, he's been in the league for a while. Interesting. How much is Okafor's contract? It's looking pretty solid.
Uh-oh.
Okay, okay. Because I'm also in the market for a tackle that can play left and right tackle as well.
Oh, want some versatility?
I think if we start digging for that in the draft, and start looking around the league, just see who's about to get released that can do that. That could be a big piece that could complete our depth on the offensive line and upgrade on Zavala.
Which is fair. Yeah, that would.
I do you prefer Josh Neiman or Zavala right now?
I mean, I hate to say it, but probably Yash.
Same. I was going to say the same thing. Zavala just has not progressed at all.
And
He's
he's
had a lot of time, and he just hasn't broken his glass ceiling.
and he stays getting hurt. That's another thing.
Yeah, that part too. That's
So
a concern.
it's the only thing that sucks about it. Dude stays hurt.
Yeah, he can't produce or uh, break that glass ceiling if he stays hurt.
Exactly.
So I think it may be time to upgrade Zavala this offseason. Don't do
Oh
it
snap.
mid-season. Just do it at the end of the year. I say leave the offensive line alone for right now until the end of the year. Just don't even mess with it. As far as upgrading, we can do that at the end of the year. But defensive end is an immediate need right now. We fix that right now. and we fix the safety position right now,
Right.
this defense becomes deadly. Once Mike Jack gets his act together and we get Pat Brown,
There we go.
deadly. And these are things that, yes, you do have to spend a little bit of money for. You do have to make a move for. In this case, I was hoping we would be able to fix all this stuff in house without having to spend money. That's always the goal, is to try to fix it in house first. If you can do that, by all means, do that, because it saves money out of the cap,
Yes,
and
it
allows
does.
for that money to be spent somewhere else on a more immediate need. But if you have to go out and you have to make a move, like with Nick Scott, let's be careful what we dig up, and let's see what pops up. You know, everybody in team chat's welcome to throw me some trade scenarios. I'll take a look at them throughout the week, and we'll see what we're doing with. Wide open discussion on that, but I'm interested.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I like Malachi Moore. If Malachi Moore shows up in any of these trade scenarios, we can begin that conversation very positively. But if you want to poach somebody off the Jets, um, but yeah, looking at this team, I'm gonna say anywhere between, in scenario one, we play like we've been playing. I'm gonna say 27-21.
27-21 Panthers.
Yeah, and that's taking into considering the Mike Jack situation,
I see.
where we go up 7,
So we're both in
because we've been
agree.
giving up 7 consistently to quality wide receivers.
So we're both in agreement that Panthers score 27 points this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scenario 2 is we completely lay down and we have a bad game. In which case, Justin Fields beats us 24-21.
Oof.
So
Just hoping we
let's
can get
not,
pressure on.
in a late game scenario, and we need to get down the field and we just beat ourselves. It's
Right.
not even a situation where we put ourselves in field goal position. It's the fact that we can't get into field position to
Right.
tie up the game, because we've already shot ourselves in the foot too many times. We've had one pick, we've had maybe a fumble or something, because we have one turnover a game until last week.
This is
And
true.
we also fail to execute, on the most basic plays, because our coaching makes stupid decisions on the play calling, and we decide to revert back to caveman status where we were in the first 4 games.
That much is true.
That's my concern. I don't want us to go back to that by any means. If we're going to have a letdown game, it has to be against Buffalo. Period. Because we need to, once we get done with the Buffalo game, we need to reestablish that same game plan
Right.
that we were using against the Dolphins, Dallas, and the Jets this week. Forcing that quarterback to throw it where we want them to throw it. Dominating the line, controlling the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage, and not beating ourselves. Playing smart football.
Smart football is key.
Yeah. Clock management, controlling the ball in the last fourth quarter. You know, and I think that Green Bay is like Dallas in a lot of ways, just with the difference of Micah Parsons and a stronger secondary and a slightly stronger pass rush.
Right.
So we take that into consideration. We go right back to that same formula against Green Bay. We got to change the formula up against Buffalo, but do not let that affect us, going into Green Bay. We go right back to that winning formula against Green Bay that we were using before. Flip it right back. That's tough for players to do. I get that.
Tough, but can be done.
It can be done. That's why I'm saying let's just have our letdown game against Buffalo. Let's not even have to do that. You know what I mean? Because we're not beating Buffalo. Let's be real. We don't have the personnel. We don't have the weaponry. We don't have the skills. That's a measuring stick for us to see where we are. Let's call it what it is.
That's fair.
We take the L, we move on to Green Bay, we focus 100% on Green Bay, and we get that game dealt with. Out of our system, we go to Green Bay, back to where we were. Get the dub in Green Bay, and then it's soft schedule for the next 2 weeks against division opponents. I mean, that's what I ideally see happen. Or scenario 2, where we have our lazy game against the Jets, we lose that game, we lose to the Bills, and then Green Bay figures out, oh yeah, we could beat them too, and then runs us over. And then we resurrect ourselves against the Saints and Falcons. I can see either scenario happening, and that's what bothers me. That's what we've got to get this win against the Jets. It is critical.
Yeah, we can't
to use that same formula against the Jets. We cannot lay down against the Jets. We need scenario 1. Period. It comes down to this Jets game. I have circled the Jets game on our schedule, and I've circled a couple of others. I've circled the Jets game. I've circled the Packers game. I've circled the Niners game. I've circled the Rams game. See, I ain't worried about it. We just take care of business. We take our loss against the Bills, take care of business from that point forward.
Plain and simple as that. Nah, that's totally understandable.
It's not rocket science. You have opportunities to have letdown games this year too. Like, you can have a letdown game against the Bills. You can have a letdown game against the Niners, and it won't cost us. You can have a letdown game against the Seahawks, but you've got to beat the Buccaneers twice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's going to be very.
There are opportunities to have letdown games, but we've got to space them at the right times.
And those 2 games are going to come very late in the season.
So if you do this, you get a win against the Jets. That's 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, 6-4, 7-4. Let's say we beat the Niners 8-4, beat the Rams 9-4, 10-4 against the Saints. We walk into that Buccaneers game with 10 wins. Either 9 or 10 wins.
There we go.
So if you want to have that letdown game against the Niners, go for it. It's not going to cost us. Either the Niners or the Rams. It's not going to cost us. Because we'll be right in that wild card mix. I would prefer that we beat at least one of these West Coast teams. I don't know which one, but we have to get at least one of these. And I see an opportunity with the Rams. The Rams are wide open right now for us. So let's try to take advantage of that. KFP says, keep pounding. Be back later than Jets football. I think that's what that means. BBLS. I don't know.
Keep Pounding USA says, Where's your energy at this at for this game like you did for the Cowboys game, Blitz? Well, one, I was at that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was at that game.
Oh yeah.
I would love to be at this one, but I ain't trying to go to New York.
Right. And none of us are.
But no,
Um,
like I think we got it. I think we definitely got it. They just got to keep doing like they've been doing. They're gonna go into this with some momentum, and they just gotta stick to the plan and do like they've been doing. But now
yeah.
this time against the Jets, and not give the Jets any room to bounce back or to try to do things differently. They shut that down before they get that chance, and this should be a third straight win. Plain and simple as that.
It's gonna come down to that last Buccaneers game in Tampa, and they're going to flex that game. So be aware of that. If you are a ticket holder, be aware of that.
There you go.
If we get down to that point, they're going to flex one of those two Tampa games, and possibly the Seahawks game too.
Right.
So I see I see a scenario where we get 10 wins and we fight for a division lead.
Also, I think one of my good friends that also used to work with, I think he's actually going to be going to that Jets game. He's a Jets fan, so he might be
Oh,
going to
okay.
that game. I don't know
Okay.
because he's been to a few Jets games before.
Yeah.
So I have to double check with him. I think he might be going to that game,
Yeah.
but
I think who is Jermaine Sherwood? Let's find out who you are. 6'2", Auburn. 24 solo tackles. Impressive, sir.
Keep Pounding USA says it does say TBD, meaning does the NFL know something that we don't know? I think for those
No,
last,
they just haven't scheduled it yet because there's a lot of flexing that happens when there's playoff schedules.
yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
hmm When you're trying to figure out the playoff seeding, that's why that happens.
So I guess it's just gonna come down between whether that game's gonna be 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatnot.
hmm
But who
hmm
knows? If we get ourselves in, prime position, who
Oh.
who knows? It might turn into a Sunday nighter. I mean, you never know. You never know.
Um, I I just wanted to point out one other player that we should watch out for in the future.
Okay.
It's not necessarily this game, but it's later on
Okay.
against the 49ers. Watch out for Dimodoro Lenore, the corner for San
Oh
Francisco.
yeah. I think I remember hearing that name. Yes.
Yeah. I put the video of that in the team chat. I want to show people this because this is absolutely nuts. I don't want to ruin it for people before I show the video. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I posted a bunch of stuff. Hold on.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about, though.
I
Yeah,
bel
there it is. There it is. All right, hold up. I'll send it to your private, so you'll see it quicker.
Okay. Keep Pounding USA says Carolina and Tampa on Sunday night to determine the winner of the NFC South would be lit. Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. It's not impossible. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Come on. There we go. Dang. It was like a back body drop.
Yeah. This dude is 200 pounds.
Dang, that was
This
pretty.
corner is 200 pounds.
That's pretty impressive.
I found the clip of it. I was looking for this, and I saw this live when I was doing my live stream last week. During the live reaction
Uh huh.
post game, and 200-pound uh 5'9" corner flips a 290-pound tight end like a sack of potatoes. I was like, holy crap, what the heck did I just see? This is not human.
Not at all.
God. Oh, that is ridiculous.
Like I said, looks like a back body drop, like in pro wrestling.
Oh my God. That is somebody you need to watch out for right there. If he could do that to a full body tight end, and that's 200 pounds of pure muscle, watch the heck out. Do not throw that ball anywhere near this man.
Duly noted.
I do not want to see Tommy Tremble ending up on a stretcher because of this dude later on.
Don't want to see him get back body drop.
Or especially any of our talented wide receivers that we have. Or Rico, for that matter. Especially not Rico.
Oh.
So when we deal with this dude, man, keep that ball away. Not for the fact that he can pass the flag, but for the simple fact that he has that much freaking strength.
Well, Ernest Capu here believes strongly that Carolina will win the NFC South, win the division this year.
I believe that there is a strong chance, but I'm not 100% sold because I know Tampa.
Yeah, like you gotta remember, Ernest, we haven't beaten Tampa in a couple of years. Just just keep that in mind. Just keep
I'll
that in mind.
believe it a lot more if we beat them at home.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, I will say it is a 50-50 coin flip. Who's
Yeah.
winning the South? I will say this too. I don't like the fact that Seattle is right in the middle of that matchup, those two matchups,
Which is true.
because it's going to put film from us, on tape from the Seattle game for Tampa to watch after
Uh-huh.
they just played us. That's not good.
Nope.
They can see everything that Seattle is exposing, and they will use it against us in that last game,
That they will.
which could be for the division, folks. That's really not good. So, honestly, we got to play a near perfect game against Seattle and then the Buccaneers at Tampa in order to take this division.
Yeah. It's not gonna be easy.
That's really what that's saying to me, or as close as we can get to that. I do realize these guys are human. They do make mistakes.
Right.
But if we see this same team, especially this same Rico, throughout the rest of this season, man, I'm telling you, we if we make that move before trade deadline, I will believe 100% we have a shot
Oh, you'll go
at
up to
taking
a
this
hundred
division.
percent. You'll go up to 100%. Oh, okay.
That we have a legitimate shot at taking this division back. But we've got to go through Tampa Bay to do it. From then on, it's Tampa. It's up to Tampa. What are
Yeah.
they going to show us? Because didn't Tampa just lose recently?
I believe it was
Or am I
to.
tripping?
Yeah, Tampa. Well, they lost a few weeks ago to the Eagles, but they're
Ah,
5-1.
oh. So the Eagles beat them, huh?
Yeah,
That's a legitimate team.
yeah.
I want to look at that tape from that Eagles game because how did they figure them out?
Uh,
Because
Keep Pounding USA says Atlanta is in the mix. They
I
just
don't see it.
they just kind of sort of gotten inched their way into the mix because I mean they've beaten the Vikings, Commanders, and they just recently beat the Bills, so they've kind of
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I
they
can.
they kind of eased their way into there, but it'll be interesting to see because they got the Niners next. If they can keep that going, then you know what?
I'll believe it.
Sure.
Yeah, if they beat the Niners, I buy in because then it's just the Dolphins, the Patriots, and then you get tested again by the Colts
Yeah.
before you play us. So,
It's gonna be
um,
tough. It's gonna be a good test for Atlanta. I will say that.
yeah, you're not beating the Colts, Atlanta. You're not. It's just not happening. The Colts are too strong.
Yeah, the Colts have they have
They've
really
really
been
been balling
surprised.
out.
Yeah, they've really been surprising me. Like Daniel
Every
Jones.
single game that they have played, they look like a major contender.
Yeah. So, like
They
I
look
said,
like a serious problem over there in the AFC.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Whether they win the division or wild card, I think they will lock in a playoff spot.
Yeah,
But speaking of which, cause
yeah, we got to pick some games.
I gotta uh, get going soon. But
Any players that I don't fully learn about that I feel need to be talked about, I'll talk about it in a future stream this week. So,
gotcha.
before Sunday.
So we just saw the Bengals beat the Steelers.
Mm.
Okay.
I would
Which
have picked the Steelers on that one.
yeah, which the Steelers are now they're 4-2 now.
Yeah.
Bengals are 3-4. Okay.
All right. And you guys can get involved in this too, chats. Please do.
So we already got our picks for the Panthers Jets. We're in agreement on the Panthers winning.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Eagles at Vikings.
I gotta go Eagles. Vikings haven't been convincing me that they're playing consistent football. They have talent, but they're not convincing me that they're playing consistent ball.
I'm not quite ready yet to get on the Vikings hype train,
Yeah, I'm
but
not either.
if they can get a few wins between now and maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks, then that might change my mind. But right now, I'm gonna say Eagles.
Yeah, the Vikings are inconsistent. They beat the Bears. Okay, cool. You lost to the Falcons though, in a blowout.
Right.
You beat the Bengals in a blowout, and then you lost to the Steelers. You beat the Browns, and yep, you can see where this train is going.
Yep.
This is going to be a loss to the Eagles.
Yep.
Get off the train and start getting more consistent ball if you want people to take you seriously, Minnesota. Because
Yes.
this isn't it. Eagles, obviously, they did take the last two losses to the Broncos, who've been playing some good ball lately, and the Giants, who've been playing some good ball lately.
Yeah.
So this is an opportunity for the Eagles to bounce back. They need this game.
Yeah.
They're 100% focused on the Vikings, and they're going to win.
Agreed. So Vikings over or excuse me, Eagles
Yep.
over Vikings. Yes, agreed. Okay. This next game will be in London.
Mm-hmm.
Rams and Jaguars.
I'm going to have to lean towards Rams.
I am going
It's tough.
Rams. I'm going Rams as well. Like
That's a tough one, though.
It is, but I think the Rams are a little bit stronger. Like it could go either way, but I'm leaning more on Rams for this one. But it
The,
really
the
could,
Rams are convincing me that they're playing good ball. I mean, they beat the Colts, too.
right?
You lost to the Eagles, which we could forgive you for. You know, you beat the Texans unconvincingly. You beat the Titans in a blowout. You did what you're supposed to do. I'm not going to give you a cookie for doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So it's a win over a trash team. You lose to the Niners, division rival. So where'd that credibility go? Oof. So then you play a lazy game against the Ravens and win 17-3 because you know the Ravens are trash.
Yeah,
So this has got to be a win for the Rams to maintain that credibility.
right. Okay. So both in agreement.
Jags
Oh,
need a bounce back game.
so Saints at Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, definitely going.
Saints are absolute dog water.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that the Saints will really be anything this year.
Good Lord.
So, also going
Let me look
Bears.
at the Saints real quick. Good Lord. This is an awful, awful board.
I mean, I guess Spencer Rattler is doing okay, but not really anything to affect the outcome.
When the Patriots blow you out, you know you're having a trash season.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, they blew us out. But we recovered. That's the
yeah,
difference.
that is true. Very true.
That's oof. 31-19. Yeah. That Bills game, that Bills score pretty much tells you exactly where they are. If they're playing the Bills right now, that score is real. That's your measuring stick around the league right now. I feel like. You think that's fair?
Yes. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
I don't think anyone here in chat would disagree.
Okay, so we're both in agreement. Bears. Oh man, we got a battle of 1 and 5 teams. Dolphins at Browns.
Oh, the two most garbage teams in the league. Here we go.
Well, it was gonna eventually come to this point.
Now, see, here's the thing. Miami has somehow managed to put up points against teams.
This is true.
They managed to put up 27 against the Chargers last week. They put up 24 against us,
Right.
even with our defense doing what we were doing. They
Right.
managed to beat the Jets 27-21. Okay, credit given. Because the Jets are kind of that team that doesn't do anything right now. But you gave up 21.
This is true.
Yeah. So, you gave up 21 against the Bills as well. You gave up. Yikes. Yikes. This is just terrible down the board defensively. The Dolphins' defense is terrible, as we have all exposed
Uh huh.
in the previous weeks. Um, but the offense is still somehow putting up a handful of points.
Yeah. This is true.
except for the Colts game. So if you are the Browns, be aware of that going into this matchup. Do not sleep on this Dolphins offense,
Right.
or that will be your trap right there. But the Browns D line
Mm-hmm.
has really improved themselves. I'm really impressed with the Browns D line. I watched them, and it's not evident on the scoreboard. But if you watch this Browns D line, they did somehow manage to beat the Packers 13-10.
Ooh.
And it caught my attention. From that point on, I was watching that D line. They were putting heat on Stafford. They were putting heat on Goff in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And they were putting heat on Russell Wilson. I mean, Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So the D line is legit, but the secondary is awful. 23 points, 21 points, 34 points against the Lions. You know, the only good defensive day that they really can say that they had besides the Bengals game was the Packers game.
Right. This is true.
So if you're looking at the Dolphins offense and how they can put up points versus that Browns defensive secondary, um, Tua wins that battle despite the D line being in his face. But it's going to be like a 20 something game because of the fact that that D line is going to put heat on Tua for most of that game.
Which
Both
that's a
defenses
fair
are
point.
trash. So it's really a matter of Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, which I mean,
He's been garbage.
yeah, nothing special there.
So realistically, it's between Tua and Dylan Gabriel.
Which I gotta go Dolphins with that.
Yeah, yeah. Plus or minus a ton of penalties and stupid crap that both teams are going to do.
There you go.
So yeah, Dolphins pick for sure. Plus,
Oh,
you've got Devin Arcane too. He's
yes.
finally going to get unleashed in this one.
Alrighty. Patriots at Titans. Simple. Patriots.
Patriots,
Yes.
Titans are absolute dog water. They're trading everybody away.
Yeah. Like, that's way too easy. Okay, this next one. Well, Raiders at Chiefs.
Chiefs. That's a simple one for me. Raiders have been staying right exactly where they were from the very beginning. They have not broken their glass ceiling. They have not moved forward. The Chargers have. That's the difference.
Maybe at some point they'll get lucky and maybe get back to 500, but it won't be anytime soon. Chiefs for the win.
I mean, the Raiders are going to end up 500 at the end of the year,
Yeah, that's what I'm
which,
thinking.
I mean, is if you're Pete Carroll, you're thinking, okay, that's fine. 8-8 is fine.
Yeah.
But
For,
let's go into the offseason. Let's progress. And if they don't progress next year, Pete Carroll's gone
oh yeah.
because they have zero tolerance for coaches that don't progress that team
Right.
within a year and a half.
Good
There is a
point.
proven track record of that. I don't know who keeps firing these coaches in LA, but y'all better show some patience with Pete Carroll. He's different. This dude is a different animal. So if I'm GM or I'm the owner of the Raiders, I'm thinking give Pete a little more time than these normal coaches. This is a dude that's won a Super Bowl trophy, okay, with the Seattle Seahawks. And almost darn near won two if it wasn't for his stupid decision with Marshawn Lynch.
Oh
Back to
yeah.
back Super
Yeah.
Bowls. Against New England, by the way,
True.
in their prime. So give Pete Carroll some time. He's had several successful seasons with the Seahawks, and playoff trips and whatnot too,
Yeah.
on top of that. So give be patient with the man,
Yeah. Got to.
Raiders. I would, but I'm not telling you what to do. I don't run your organization, so just my suggestion.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So Chiefs across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Giants at Broncos.
Now this is an interesting one. Do you buy into that Broncos defense?
You know what? This is my upset pick. I'm going Giants. This is my upset pick.
So you don't buy into that Broncos defense.
I just have a feeling with how Jackson Dart has played with the Giants and whatnot. I know they haven't done too well on the road. I think they get that first road win. I don't think the Broncos are. I mean, yeah, they're 4-2. They're 2-0 at home, but I think the Giants could pull this off. So this is my upset pick. Giants
So
over the Broncos.
so you're not buying into this Broncos defense that they have suddenly put together in the last three games.
I mean, it's
Is
it's not so much that, it's that being that the Giants have been able to beat the Eagles and the Chargers, like they're going to get another win at some point. And they're going to it definitely shows that they are capable of beating a much tougher team. They've done it twice.
oh,
So I just really feel like because many probably aren't looking for them to pull this off, I'm making them my upset pick.
okay. He, let's deep dive the Giants a little bit here. You are who your record says you are, Giants, because
Right.
let's look at the facts. They lost 21-6 against the Commanders. That's your division rival. That's a bad look already. Then you lose to the Cowboys 40-37. Did you show up offensively? Yes. To try to win that game. Knowing that Dak Prescott is going to be Dak Prescott, he's going to run you over.
This is true.
Okay. So is the offense for real? Let's find out in the next game. Chiefs win 22-9. So the Chiefs just humbled your total offense and knocked it right back down to 9, right back down to earth. So you're right back to having nothing.
Right.
You play the Chargers, okay, you get a 21-18 win. Defense kind of figures things out a little bit. Cool. Then the Saints absolutely dismantle you 26-14. Back to square one again. You're not putting up offensive points, and your defense embarrassed you. So, oh, here's a win over the Eagles, 34-17. What in the world happened to the Eagles in that game? Fluke or not? I
Right.
say fluke because here comes the Broncos with a decent defense that is going to humble you again. So this is a team that just keeps getting humbled and going back to square one. Oh, we're doing good. Nope, nope, back to square one. Oh, we're doing good again. Nope, 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 back to square one. I
Yeah.
just don't see the cycle breaking right now. I got Broncos on that one. Plus, it's in Denver.
Okay. You're going Broncos. I'm going Giants. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this next one could potentially be candidate for game of the week. Colts at Chargers.
And by the way, the Broncos did win three straight before this too. They
True.
beat the Bengals, they beat the Eagles, and they beat the Jets.
Right.
So I say 4-game winning streak coming for Broncos. All right. So which one did you name?
Colts at Chargers.
This is game of the week for me.
Yeah, I think this has a great chance to be the candidate for
This
game
is
of the
going to
week.
be a lot of fun to watch at 4:05 after our game. I'm going to be watching this heavily. I'm going to react to this after our game because I want to see who comes away with the reputation here, with the better team. And Chargers have been playing some excellent ball. You got to give them their credit.
Yeah.
They took down the Chiefs. They took down the Raiders in a convincing way. They beat the Broncos, humbling them
Right.
um, and bringing them back down to size. Then he kind of let down against the Giants and Commanders there. Oof. But redeemed themselves against the Dolphins. So this is where you really find out, Chargers, have you fixed your problems? Or are you still in need of some tweaking?
That's a good question.
Because this Colts team will humble you right now, the way they're playing. If you come in there anything but weak sauce, you know,
Right.
you'll be okay.
Yeah.
But if you come in there and you play like trash, the Colts will dismantle you. And they are not afraid to do it right now.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You got a convincing win over the Dolphins, convincing win over the Broncos, convincing blowout over the Titans. You know, Colts had a letdown game against the Rams. That's okay. You're allowed to have that, considering that you just got 3 wins coming in.
Right.
But you have to come back out and you have to ball out, which they did. You have to send a message that no, that loss is not us. We're gonna come back out and we're gonna ball out. They beat the Raiders in a blowout, 40-6. Then they beat the Cardinals 31-27, who have a decent offense.
Right.
So this is a Colts team that's for real. I buy into this 5-1. I fully buy in. This is a legitimate playoff threat right here. If they continue this path, uh, they could make some noise in the playoffs, depending on if everybody's healthy or not by playoff time.
Right.
So, yeah, the path is clear for them. They got to get through a few teams, but yeah, it's there. Um, I actually do see them beating the Chargers.
Okay.
Let me see who's hurt for this game because that's going to make a huge difference. But I like the new Charger uniforms. They're yellow with the white helmets.
Right, right.
So that's kind of cool, man. I like that. That's fresh, Chargers. The blue lettering. Yeah. So let's see. Injuries. Who y'all got injured? Questionable. Okay.
Yeah.
AR is still on IR. Mark Hilton out. Spencer Schrader